handful of presenters, a mass of microphones, and a whole load of talk. This is TigerTails Radio.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to another exciting and otherwise entertaining episode of TigerTails Radio. I'm your host, TK, and in the studio we have an Angel Duck Song.
Hello.
We have a Felix.
Hello.
And we also have a Hedgington.
Good evening, everybody.
And making noise all the way from a faraway land, we also have a Xavier.
And there's Xavier.
Hello.
Hello, Xavier. How are you?
I am okay. How are you guys?
I need to quickly press mute on the thing.
Yeah. TK
There we
suddenly
go.
has the doubled up voice of possession.
Possession.
Oh,
A new fragrance for men.
Hooray! Calvin Klein.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Or something like that
He's
anyway.
meant to be obsession.
Yeah.
Is that Felix with a different coloured shirt to Alex?
I know. What
Yes,
the
it
hell
is.
happened?
They obviously didn't dress together this time round.
Mm-hmm.
It's a miracle or something.
This is
That's
the only clean shot I had.
the
so-
studio mascot is adjusted.
Ew.
Yes, he is. Whereupon Angel Dogsong is busy fiddling with his phone and not paying attention.
I always do that. I can still hear you, though.
Yeah, he's got ears.
Or
Yes. He
can
just
you?
doesn't look very good on camera.
What, his ears? What have you got against his ears, Hedge? Tell us now, you bastard.
What's wrong with disliking somebody's ears?
I think he's still upset, TK.
Why? What did you do?
Been usurped from my seat and placed into the revolver.
Because TK said, Alex is there, what are you doing?
Yes,
and he was
like-
like, no, I sit where I like.
No, I
and
do,
TK
yes.
said,
I like
well,
how
you
they-
chose to walk out on the show, so he's
Like,
there now.
logic.
And I
Placed
sat there
into
going,
the
they're
revolver. It's
fighting
like
over
the
my
gayest Russian
space.
roulette ever.
It was amusing, albeit briefly. And IRC is flashing at me. That must mean people are in there.
Hooray!
I can actually set the bloody channel up now.
Woo!
You mean you did it already?
Episode 29, there we go. Yes, it is TigerTails Radio, Season 8, Episode 29.
Season 8? Good lord.
I know.
I thought it was season 9.
No, not yet, but we are 10
Oh.
years old.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Damn.
go figure. Yeah, July the 20th, 2004, the shit all started.
Wow.
Way back when.
Way back in the day.
DJ does ask, though, in the opening there, why was Felix looking intently down his pants?
We don't
To
need
check?
know
If
that.
the audio was syncing up, that
If
should
they
be
were
when we're talking
still
about
there.
obsession for men.
Well, you can't actually see on the feed, or you might be able to. He's actually wearing 2 belts.
Yeah, he looks like a Final Fantasy
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, he's wearing 2 belts. It's a, yeah.
It's double
all we've got to
pair
do
of
is-
trousers.
I think when he goes to sleep, I might sew extra zippers onto his waistcoat.
I have a zippered waistcoat somewhere.
Felix,
Somewhere.
have you thought about braces?
I don't want
I'm not wearing them
mobile
today,
site.
but
I want the normal site. Give me the normal site.
What is wrong with these
I did
people?
not ask for site light.
See, he's fiddling with his phone. He's not paying any attention to this. You know,
I
I
asked
see.
the normal site.
we're supposed to be here entertaining the masses, and here he is going.
I'm looking at the thing.
I'm
because
busy
of-
trying to get my news articles that I searched, then realized I left the bookmarks on my work computer.
Dum, bum, bum.
Oh my!
That and the fact that he's not wanting to join in about the conversation about Felix's trousers and belts.
I made a comment about it. No one listens.
Hey, on the subject of clothing,
Yes.
Mr. hat-stealing bastard,
Dun, dun,
I
dun.
did not realise.
He stole his.
and now you're going to be away for a fortnight. There's me, in the rain, without a fucking hat to keep my head dry.
I did not realise it was in my coat when I put it away.
A likely story.
I was nearly late this morning looking for the fucking thing. And in the end, I thought someone's bound to text me to say that they've stolen it, and voila, look what I was right.
I'm sorry. I hadn't realised I took it.
Yeah, bastard.
How do I find the news that was earlier in the week?
Alex is failing at modern technology.
Yes, he
It's
is.
so not. Oh well, here's what we had. Older stories every freaking blog.
Do you have an Android phone?
Yes.
Or maybe you should upgrade to a better version that's actually got shit on it.
No, I'm on the normal site now, and I just can't find where this website says older stories.
Oh, okay.
It's the BBC site.
That'd be why then. There isn't
Ah.
one.
Well, how'd you find all articles?
Don't you use your own Google at work then?
What do you mean?
log in to
Chrome.
Google account.
No, we have to use Internet Explorer.
Oh.
Oh.
You.
In all fairness, so do we. But that's because
Yeah,
most of
we
our
do.
systems kind of don't work with anything but Internet Explorer. So
Yeah, I have that as well.
it's a
It
pain.
keeps on giving me the option to install it, and I keep sitting there going, I don't think the text will let me.
Yeah, that's my argument. I know a couple of people have installed Chrome anyway, just because. They're like, yeah, well, fuck the rules. And it's like, yeah, no. I know how much trouble people can get into for installing software that isn't company approved. I'm not going to be doing that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of licensing issues that get involved when we start installing software onto company PCs that aren't authorized for use in commercial premises.
Yeah, like the actual licenses for the software you need. And you sit there and go, can I have it? And they go, no, because we don't have the license. And you sit there and you go, you're an idiot.
Yeah, that may have happened at one point.
Isn't Chrome open source?
No.
Not for business.
Oh.
Not Chrome itself. There's a part of Chrome, Chromium or something that's open source. But Chrome itself, no.
Ah.
So, part of the platform kind of it is, but not Chrome itself.
Oh. Oh well.
And even if it was, it wouldn't matter because it's still commercial. So, so you can't win.
No.
How exactly how exactly would they enforce that and go, yeah, by the way, we're coming round to your business to check what operating system you're using and what browser you're using. You know, we're just going to check that.
There's some interesting stories as well.
Well, what happens is...
It's the same way as they check if your stuff is licensed. They ping it.
Right.
Chrome sends home a message saying, hey, I'm doing this. I'm on this IP address. This IP address resolves to so-and-so-and-so.company.extension. And that sends red flags up.
Yeah. You know the whole registration process for a lot of software? Once you've done that, it then just says, yes, I'm legally registered every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
People don't realise this about all of their software. And they only bitch about one company that does it, which is Microsoft. Meanwhile, in the story of Alex getting news stories...
Yes. That's mainly because Microsoft was like, by the way, you will use Media Player. You will not use anything else. I know other things exist, but you won't use anything else.
So we were all like, fuck you! I'm using Media Player Classic that comes with the combined community codec pack, and you can't stop me! Wankers!
Dear
So
me.
yes, Mr. Xavier,
Yes.
why don't you kick off the frivolities by telling us how your week has been?
My week has been dry up until today.
And stealing of hats.
And stealing of hats, yeah. Work. I've got holiday next week,
Hooray!
or this week, kind of. So last week has been the longest normal houred working week of my life. Because it's like, I've got holiday coming up. I'm at work.
Yep.
It's only 7 hours. 2 minutes later, it's only 7 hours. 10 minutes later, it's only 7 hours. After the first hour, I've gone through 7 hours so many times that I'm sat there thinking, I want to die. And I've still got 3 days to go before I have any holiday, so it's like,
Oh, you poor thing.
Good lord.
you say that, but my first day of holiday is probably going to be cleaning the house before I leave.
Oh,
it's-
you poor thing.
Where are you going?
I have got a weekend coming up in Torquay, so I'm heading off
Ooh.
on there.
Going to Cornwall.
Yes.
Very nice.
Aside from that, I've mostly been catching up with Mentalist season 3 to 4, which is quite fun because lots of little interesting things are starting to happen, which is lovely. And playing a bit of Destiny here and there. And then on the weekend, I popped down to see TK and Hedgie.
Hello.
As you do.
Yep.
Yeah, and I laughed at the fact that Hedgie was doing days.
Yes.
And yeah, I spent most of my day just bouncing around a bunch of different games because I'm now at that point where I'm waiting for one game to come out, and I've got a load of games that I could play. So I pick. It's like a buffet table. I go, yeah, bored of that now. Yeah, bored of that now.
Captain, I've got the attention span of a newt.
It's when you go through your blooming Steam library and you sit there and go, played it, not played it, not played it, not played it, not played it, started it, not played it, not played it, not played it.
Like, not played it, but not really in the mood right now.
Ah.
Well, I've got dragons.
Ooh.
And voice problems.
Yeah.
And that's Pete falling off the
Hey.
internet.
Oh. Oh, ah, oh.
Here, Pete, 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 Pete.
Okay, I got an update. I'm using their Twitter account.
I can hear you.
Hey, there we go. We're back.
Pete's back. This is the trouble with having remote studios.
Yeah.
It relies on their internet connection because ours is amazing.
Yes, we have fiber optic.
We got fiber to the
No,
campus.
it was my laptop that decided to do maintenance
Ah.
because that was the most appropriate time to do it whilst I was doing something.
Oh, of course, yes. I see you're in the middle of something. Would you like me to interrupt?
You have.
When
Stop
good
it.
clippings
No,
go
keep
bad.
interrupting.
This is
So-
why Windows 8 is a pile of shite.
It's like when you're trying to defrag the hard drive. Find fast, still running. Find fast, checking. Your defrag has restarted 10 times. Would you like to abort?
What deep crack thing
No,
are
thank you.
using?
I'm a Christian American.
Meanwhile, Felix, how has your week been?
My week has been spent doing remarkably little, actually. There have been family things that have been going on, which means I've been available on the phone most of the time. Looking after a sick girlfriend, furiously masturbating.
Masturbating.
Masturbating. Does that mean you've been baiting men who are unmarried?
No, I'm
Young
actually trying to
boys
capture
is
some
master.
women.
Young boys.
Yes. Sounds even worse.
Yes.
I have been baiting young boys.
We're not talking about you, Hedgie. We're talking about Felix.
I require their youth.
Yes, I found the article.
And starting to watch Farscape from the very beginning.
Oh, I've tried that. I managed to get
Yeah.
season 2.
I'm more than halfway through season 3 right now.
Oh, that's not too bad then. It's
Yeah.
picked up a bit.
Wasn't it just that every sci-fi franchise in the late 80s, early 90s was just pretending to be Star Trek in some form?
No.
No.
This one wasn't. In fact, this one was just basically meant to be originally a one-season glorified advert for Jim Henson's Creature Workshop. But it just got so popular.
Ah.
It got a plot and good enemies,
It
and
got a
suddenly
plot,
people
good
liked
enemies. The guy that plays Crichton is at his best when he's acting completely out of his head. There's moments where, in a very bad situation, he snaps, basically acts insane, and everything works out for the best.
Oh, I see.
Air quotes.
So just like Crichton in Red Dwarf.
it. No.
Or something.
No.
Oh.
That's why it's really weird, because back when I first started watching Farscape, it was also at the same time that the two major characters from Farscape showed up as two new star members of Stargate.
Ah.
Yes, I remember that.
And then it was hard keeping their characters separate.
Not really, because that was the season of Stargate that started to plummet and nosedive.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that SG-1? Because I liked
Yes.
SG-1.
No, this is like the 9th season of SG-1, 10th season of SG-1.
Oh.
Yeah, the seasons that were bad.
So when they went, right, we're going to replace it with Atlantis.
And that was crappy, but then they did Universe, which was fucking amazing.
I liked Atlantis. I watched that at work. I like Atlantis.
Oh, yeah, like
It got cancelled, didn't it, Universe?
Yeah, it did. So they left it with a kind of cliffhanger ending, where you know that most of the crew will survive, but you don't know if one person will or won't. Because he's heroically chosen to stay behind.
So, Alex,
Yes?
how was your week?
Why are you doing the lip smacking?
Stop it.
Smack my lips up.
I will.
Wow. It's been a week, I think. I think it's been a week. It's 7 days, yes, that's correct. Very correct. I have not been up to much. I have brought Shadows of Mordor,
Yep.
playing that. Assassin's Creed, basically, but in...
Assassin's Creed
Oh, God.
Aragon is what we're...
Yeah, it's not a bad game, and it's different enough to Assassin's Creed that it's its own game. Other than
Oh, no, I
that,
just see it as Assassin's Creed, but more people have the plague.
I I just haven't been doing anything. I played football with work again.
We sort of kept playing Destiny out of
Wait, you played football with
habit.
work?
Yeah,
That sounds like sport. Alex, why were you sport?
because it's a healthy thing to do.
It's one of the few healthy things he'll do, and then he'll put it down and stop doing it because ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream.
Oh wait, you already did that because that was what you did this weekend.
Yeah, that's like the first ice cream I've had in like 3 weeks.
And just for the record, people, when we say ice cream, we mean an entire tub of Ben and Jerry's.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
mean a little like miniature McFlurry. We mean like a full frickin' carton of the thing.
It's only 1
This is like the depressed housewife sitting on the sofa watching soaps. That's the level of ice
No,
cream.
no, even worse, watching Lifetime.
And so
This is the level of ice cream consumption. Yeah.
did I buy covers for my bed this week?
Yes.
I went.
You've had a
Oh, that's
boring
last
week.
I had an eye appointment. The opticians. I'm really not.
As
making
opposed to
this.
the dentist.
This is the part where the listeners go get their coffee or their tea.
Does your company provide eye tests?
No, but they give eye test vouchers.
Oh,
I didn't have to pay because it's free anyway, but
Oh.
they give me vouchers towards my glasses.
Why don't you have to pay?
Why?
Yes.
Because I'm working on the computer around 6 hours a day.
Ah.
Legal requirements. Yay.
Yep.
Yep, our company provides free eye care. as
Yeah,
well,
so do mine. So we all get it.
which is awesome.
I
Yeah,
get free healthcare.
Free eye test from Boots, and that's it.
Yeah,
So,
I get free healthcare as well.
I get free private healthcare.
Ooh,
Likewise.
Really?
I work for a private
Damn.
healthcare company, so I get
Oh,
free
dear
private
God.
healthcare.
Pete, I may need you to set me up a discount scheme. So.
Well, we may
I
need
don't
to,
do selling.
I
Oh.
may need
Haha.
to break TK's leg or something and claim on the insurance.
Not that
My
kind of
housemate's
insurance.
broken
Just,
his leg. I want to claim on it.
Yeah, that don't work that way, Alex. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just don't film us doing it because you know how many people get caught out because they fucking filmed it on their phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but think of all the YouTube hits we'll get.
Yeah.
That's got to be worth it.
Guy
Well,
mutilates his leg.
TK says it's worth it if we film him breaking his leg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think of all the YouTube money.
Yep.
All those pennies.
My week has just been quite boring. I'm afraid.
Mine's been spent sort of just dossing around in Destiny for about an hour at a time.
Mhm.
I've decided to get back into WoW, but not just yet.
I've been reformatting all the resources and RPG Maker because people release parallax tile sets that are just all over the place and not in a grid, so I can't use them as easily.
I clean my room.
Hooray!
Well, no, I always clean my room. We'll get my girlfriend to do it. And by say get her to do it, I tell her to clean because I'm like, this room was clean when you got here, now it's dirty.
This is actually why I have to keep her distracted when he's at work, because otherwise she will clean the kitchen again.
Ah.
I don't even tell her to do that. She just
No.
does it.
She just goes
There
and
you go.
clean all of the things. Why? Because I must.
Ah. Fun.
Because you men are fucking useless.
No. I've turned her into an OCD freak.
Oh,
I've turned
God.
her into Evie.
Oh, for God's sake, Alex.
Why would you do that?
Because he's
For
evil.
free cleaning.
Because then I have a clean room constantly that I don't have to maintain if she makes a mess,
Wow.
which I don't mind.
Moving away from that, you know,
Yes.
minefield. Hedgie, how has your week been?
Well, there's been major ups and major downs. Major ups were doing very well at my singing lessons and keyboard lessons.
And
Major downs.
Major
Very
downs
special
was-
forces.
Basically going to a funeral. Yay! Funerals. Ugh.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, another of my family members passed on, so I had to go to the funeral and everything and pretend to care that there's people there in my family. Yeah. However, I did get a 3-course meal out of it, so that was
So,
quite
you
good.
know.
Yeah.
Hold on, what kind of funeral is this?
Oh, after we didn't eat the body, no.
No,
That's
it's
a Monty
like,
Python funeral.
No,
I've never been to a funeral where they throw a 3-course meal.
we did the whole thing
I
where you
think the
do the
funerals we had
service,
discos,
you then
right?
go to the wake and basically have coffee and a few cakes and sandwiches,
it was a Viking funeral,
and then
and they
I didn't know we
roasted
knew any Vikings.
food. The barbecue was lovely.
technically modern Viking funerals where everyone gets heartburn. That's it. But yeah, after that, the immediate family, which obviously included me, went to a pub in Romsey and we had a 3-course meal there. So yeah. So yeah,
Which pub?
the Cromwell Arms in Romsey.
Not sure. Which bit of Romsey?
I don't know.
Town centre or outskirts?
Outskirts.
Ah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a nice place. It does weddings as well. So yeah.
Is it a fairly big place full of like old retro memorabilia type stuff?
I think so. Yes.
I might
With a
have
gravel car park.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it.
I think I've been there.
Yes, you have.
Do they serve like the big fuck off like 28 or 20 ounce steak or something?
Not anymore.
Oh,
No, they serve regular size steak because I had one.
bastards.
But yeah, I got a 3-course meal out of it. Got a basically things like that, but then had to do the funeral thing. But yeah, so that. But major ups were obviously I have had 3 singing lessons in a row where I've ended on super positive notes. So I'm getting seriously good now. Also, I bought Smash Brothers for the DS, and I will be doing a review of that in Done and Dusted when the time comes.
Excellent.
So yeah, a couple of bad points, but mostly good points. So they've outweighed it. So yeah, somebody died, but you know, that happens.
But on the other hand, he has Kirby.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we guess.
And yeah,
There was death, but hey, there was material gain. What more
and
could you
food,
want?
and food. What more could you want? Yeah. So
So,
it's a great
TK,
thing.
how's
Like
your
I was
week
saying,
been?
Oh, TK.
No, you two carry on.
No, no.
I was just like I was saying to Hedgie earlier, it's just like deaths in my family were so common. We used to have like different themed things every year. Here's the family reunion -1.
Yeah.
We had a disco once. It was stipulated in the will.
Oh. Okay. Anyway, so TK, let's hear about your week then.
My week has been reasonably uninteresting. Although,
Ah.
just on the quick subject of funerals,
Yeah.
I remember when we were doing my mum's funeral, and we were like talking to the reverend, whoever it was, the kind of the dude who does the cremation and does all
Yeah.
the talking and shit.
Yeah.
And he said to us, "Do you know what music you want played?" And we were like, "Well, for the most part, no, but I do know one request that Mother wanted." And she wanted it at the opening when the coffin's being brought in, well, when it was being on display and people were filing in.
Yeah.
Bach, staccato, and fugue in D minor.
Yeah. I
You know
remember
the
that.
piece, the one from Phantom of the Opera that starts.
Do-do-do,
Yeah.
do-do-do,
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was quite good. It was stirring. Yes.
Yeah, and so that was playing at the start.
Yes, and
Yes.
so are the bodies.
Yeah.
So you walk in and that's playing. I'd walk out.
It was pretty good.
Coward.
I'm sorry, I'm walking into effectively a vampire flick in a funeral home. Okay.
He'll have nightmares about the body just raising his coffin like that.
Hey, I've never heard of a funeral home. What's that?
Bad pronunciation of funeral home. Shut up.
It's the Addams Family Castle. That's what it is.
But my week in
yes.
itself has been twofold. Not getting enough sleep
Ah.
and doing entirely too much work. I like work still. It's good, but I was quite happy when the weekend came because I was quite ready for the weekend.
Well, this is your preparation for NaNoWriMo, isn't it? Because you're going to be coming home from work and just typing.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
Fuck everything. And yeah, 1,600 words a day. Well, I'm 66 if we're going to get picky. But I do have a lot of November off. In fact, I think I'm working the total of like 7 or 8 days during November.
Well, hey.
Yeah, so
That means you can actually do Movember and NaNoWriMo at the same time.
I do November anyway.
Oh, okay.
Not officially, but can you see me shaving?
Every month is Movember.
Exactly. And I've got the full mo to go with it as well. I've got a full mo.
For the mo.
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
In fact, I need to actually go and see a proper barber and actually get the base of it curved properly.
Ah.
The cruise that's just by the university building is.
Yeah, that's fucking miles away. That's by the university. Fuck that. That's like distance and shit.
It
I like
requires
that.
walking, therefore TK won't do it.
Yeah, if the bus stop's right outside it, I'll contemplate it. But
It is actually.
Yeah. This has come from a guy who used to do a game of DDR at least once a day to a guy who won't walk about half a mile.
I'll still walk, but only when I have to.
It's
Or-
when he starts, getting a ramp for the step and a jump ramp
Yeah.
for the monitor there for his mobility scooter.
It's like me. I walk every day, even if I'm like not working. I'll walk
Well,
around.
you see, I used
so-
to really enjoy walking,
Yeah.
but now it just pisses me off.
Then you took an arrow to the knee.
TK's end game is basically to be Harry Davros.
Oh, fuck yeah, that'd be awesome.
Oh,
Especially if I get the laser guns.
Harry Davros. Oh, God.
I could run around going, exterminate, and people wouldn't be able to fucking touch me because I have fucking laser guns. That'd be awesome. That needs to become a thing.
No, it doesn't.
Totally does.
No, I'm leaning towards siding with TK on this one.
So, should we go to Pete for his week then, or have we done that?
We did that first.
We did that first. Right,
Yes.
okay, good.
It's very forgettable.
We've come round full circle, okay.
We have completed the cast list and their boring-ass, miserable weeks, apart from Hedgie, who actually did something of any interest.
Things.
Yeah, I went and see a dead person get done over, so yeah.
Cremated or burial?
Cremation.
Awesome.
Well, I wasn't actually at the cremation service, I was just there
Well,
for
you're
the
not.
funeral service, so yeah.
Wait, there's a difference?
Yes. She had two services. One was in the sort of the church for the sort of proper sort of family and friends and everything.
Yeah.
And then there was the cremation service, which was just close family only.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, she
But
had two
he was just
services.
there for the grub. So.
Yeah, she had two services.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's
Well, I
what's
didn't actually know there was going to be food. I was being driven to their place. And it was like, do you know what you're having? It's like, what do you mean? What am I having? Well, in the meal afterwards. There's one meal afterwards? Yes. Didn't
So I was
mother
about to
tell
say
you?
that.
No.
It sounded awfully mercenary of you to begin with there.
Yeah. Anyway, away from such macabre subjects, we don't want to upset our listeners with talks of death.
Please, this is becoming the Egg and Alapo podcast.
Nevermore.
Hey, he quoted the Raven.
Anyway, should we go on to our first segment before people start turning off in droves?
We did. It was a review of the week.
Okay, should we go on to our second segment before people start turning off in droves?
Oh, very well. Hedge, pick a number between 1 and 2.
1.5.
Oh, okay, pick an integer between 1 and 2.
2.
Good. Glad you chose that one.
Excellent.
Now it's time for the latest gossip from the Silicon Grid. This is the gaming news.
So that was the jingle I've highlighted.
Well, hey!
Yeah.
No news is good news.
No, it isn't.
Well, you have to
So,
worry
yes.
not, because
Here-
I have many of the news, and so does my partner here and sidekick, Felix.
So here we go with the news from the gaming
God damn it!
world. We can tell you what's going on in the era of electronic entertainment.
You should have quit
Oh,
while you
can
were
I
ahead.
start?
Go on then.
Oh, this is awesome. I found this randomly. Drive Club finally is getting released.
Hooray!
Yeah, isn't it the PlayStation Plus thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the box one. They have released the box art.
Oh, God, have they?
Okay,
Is it
Yep.
terrible?
The box art is fine.
right.
But you know with launches that there are sometimes issues that can get fixed with day one patches.
Yes.
This one has got an issue with its day one box art.
Oh, why?
Wait, lol,
It's
what?
just a little wording problem. You know TK gets annoyed at me with my spelling and things like that. This is something that even I could not be accused of.
Okay.
So this is a box feature. So this is back of the box feature.
Yes.
Drive together, win together. Choose your club and race with friends for big rewards. Race in hundreds of online and offline players.
Who are?
Right. Okay.
Word.
Lovecraft meets Micro Machines.
Yeah.
Make
Right,
it, patent
okay.
it, sell it.
Possess your friends.
Drive inside your friend. This is Micro Machine versus that film starring the bloke from Ghostbusters.
Rick Moran. No.
No, the other one. Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Yeah.
What the fuck was the name of that film, Hedge?
Ozzy and Drix.
No, the
Osmosis Jones.
Yeah. Ah, yes.
Micro
Oh, so
Machines.
Ozzy and Drix was the series that came
Yeah.
after.
Micro Machines meets Osmosis Jones. Drive
I
in players.
thought you were going to go with Inner World there.
Inner
Out-
space.
that's-
Inner Space.
Yes.
Yeah, Inner Space was awesome.
That's a hilarious film.
Well, this isn't as bad as the Resident Evil Revelations one, which was misspelled on the spine of the 3DS case.
What did it say?
It misspelled Revelations.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Capcom did offer replacement covers,
Yeah.
but we have no idea if Sony will do the same for this particular little mistake.
Uh-huh.
And this launches on the 7th of October. So
Maybe
it's
they'll
for
get
a-
it reprinted.
Maybe.
Yep.
or they'll just
Hey.
give, or they'll just send a free lecture set with every copy. So
Free red pen. Correct at your leisure.
eventually they're just going to release. They will just release the game in a pure white box and a set of felt tips and go make your own cover.
That'd be kind of awesome, actually.
That would be awesome, yeah.
Especially
Any
with a game like
headlines from the room?
I'm gonna say, especially with a game like WarioWare, where you have to kind of make your own game. So making your own cover would be really appropriate and quite awesome.
I've seen that actually in quite a few second-hand stores. There are sharply drawn placements for
Yes.
covers. The Skyrim one just involved a giant just hitting a club on the Dovahkiin and Team Rocket's blasting off again. Which is actually pretty apt.
Okay. Headlines.
All right.
Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS is sold out in Japan. It seems that this is the third week it's been out. It sold 109,000 copies odd, which is down from 300,000 last week. And that has totaled at 1.37 million sold.
Wow.
Which is sold it out in Japan.
In 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's almost as many Wii U sold in total.
Yeah, actually is. I think it's more.
Oh.
Speaking of Nintendo things, Dragon Quest X will be coming to Steam.
Dragon Quest 10. There's 10 of them. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 is the online one, isn't it? Yeah.
No,
No, which
it's
one's
not
the
an
online?
online one. That's a 3DS one.
Yeah,
In fact, they're all 3DS at the moment.
yeah, the online one.
No, there is no online one.
There is an online.
No, it's not
Oh, dear
online.
God.
It probably has online aspects, but it's not online.
Gentlemen, you can't. Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This
Anyway,
is the war
because
room.
it's only sold 100,000 titles between all three platforms it's currently on, they've gone for the Steam machine.
Aha.
Okay.
Right.
Final Fantasy 15 director encourages fans to make more car memes. More car memes.
More
Road
car-
trip, dudes. Yeah, he's released assets, or the Final Fantasy team have released assets of 3 pictures in PNG format, which allow you to, be
Because transparency layer.
Really?
exactly transparency layer of the characters in the car, which is a party member, looking at a white space, which you can fill with anything you want with your Photoshop skills.
Ah.
He sees it as free advertising, which
Okay.
is true, but it makes also for hilarious things.
That's actually kind of cool.
Since when did Final Fantasy have cars?
Jesus.
Quite a few Final Fantasies.
I was
have
gonna
been
say-
What was the first one?
8 had cars.
6?
7 probably
7 had a
cars.
pickup truck and a motorbike.
Yep.
7 had trains in it as well.
Yeah.
So 8.
Well, 6 had a train in it. You could suplex that train.
7.
And 8 had one as a Guardian Force.
Ah. Good gracious.
Doom Train. Status effects at the wazoo, but you can only get it on disc 3, and I never got the fucking thing.
Felix, you got another headline?
Oh.
You want headline stuff.
Whilst you're looking, Daisy apparently isn't a PS4 console exclusive, says the creator Dean Hall. It's definitely going to be multi-platform. So the one game that no one wants exclusive has been confirmed it won't be exclusive.
So what's this game then?
This is the game Daisy, which
It's a standalone
has
zombie.
had interesting issues.
Was that the really, really shit one?
Yeah.
Yes.
That narrows it down.
It's the one that went on early access but had so many bugs that actually people turned around and said, I want a refund on my early access.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've
No,
actually
you're
seen this
you're
one.
thinking of the War Z there, Pete.
Am I?
Yes.
I knew it was one of them.
Oh, okay.
It ends with Z, so it doesn't
Oh,
really
I see.
It's
So,
meant because Daisy was actually hugely popular
Ah.
for a armor mod.
Oh,
do you
yeah,
mean,
that's the one.
Do you mean
Yeah, and-
DAY-Z as opposed to
No, no, there's no-
DAISY?
There's no hyphen. You're right about the Z.
Oh, okay. So I thought I
Daisy.
was hearing Daisy as in the girl's name. So
No, this is the zombie
Oh no,
survivor.
that fits into the current standalone one. Daisy, Daisy, give us your trousers, dude. The current thing is all anybody does in that game these days.
Really?
Is basically run around and they rob people of their trousers.
why trousers?
I don't know.
Dear God.
Any headlines from Felix now?
Probably not. He's not been looking. Or have you?
I have many, many things.
Well, you got 5
Ooh.
seconds. 5,
4,
3,
2.
2.
Bitch, you can't tell me what to do. So, the iPhone 6 bending thing.
Ah!
Yuri Geller's weighed in.
I bent all of your iPhones with my mind.
No, either device. Here's the exact quote: "Is either device is extremely thin so that it bends when even a weak force is implied on it, which is hard to believe, for Apple have been conducting many tests and experiments. Or the energy and excitement of the millions of consumers stirred up their mental forces, causing the iPhone to bend. I offer Apple to hire me in order to explain to the world that the phenomenon is not the company's fault.
Oh my word.
So somebody's desperate for work. Vib Ribbon is coming to North America tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and Europe next week.
Hey!
Yeah.
That was going to be part of my news.
Ah.
It was.
Fuck yeah, Vib Ribbon!
Now, is this the original or is this a re-release?
It's a re-release on
re-release.
the PlayStation 3 Vita, and they're currently working on a PlayStation 4 version.
Okay. So have they updated it or have they just ported it?
It's kind of a port, however, they've edited it so that the feature on the PS3 to put in your own audio CDs will still work.
But it's still going to
'Cause-
look the same as the original game?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
They're going to maintain the old look and feel and the old music from Laughing Peace.
Uh-huh.
Fuck yeah! But also retain the ability on the PlayStation 3 version to insert an audio CD into the console and play that too.
Hooray!
In the same way that the PlayStation 1 counterpart did way back when, I think it was 1999 when it came out.
Good lord.
Yeah.
And wasn't that the game that introduced us to Vocaloids?
It
No.
wasn't actually a Vocaloid.
Ah.
So, no, it wasn't.
Okay.
It was a hearty piece of software, the name of which I can't remember now. But yeah, it did fairly similar job to a Vocaloid, except it instead of using phonetics to build up speech, it took pre-recorded speech and manipulated that.
Ah.
But it could be done in real time,
Woohoo.
and it was actually the most kind of software, well, the most processor taxing part of the entire game.
Was a little voice. That
Yeah.
was
Vibri's voice was the most processor intensive part of the entire game.
explains why they found a cheap animator. Can you draw? Not really. That's fine. Just make this.
Well, do you know the game was actually in development and have like full color and all kinds of things. It looks completely different.
Yeah.
For over a year and a half.
They just ran out of money.
But no, the guy creating it, Masato or whatever his name is, actually
Schleigelhaufen.
he's just
Bob.
stopped for a year.
Yeah.
He said, "This ain't going how I want it," and just stopped for a year.
Ah.
And Sony let him. And then when he came back, he was like, "Right, this needs doing."
My
And-
God, Sony are really generous with those sabbaticals, aren't they?
Yeah. And it came out, and it was brilliant. It wasn't like one of these things that sells billions of units and becomes known across the world, but it was one of the games where its fan base were rabid and loyal.
Oh god, yeah.
And America never got it.
Really?
It came out in Japan, and it came out in Europe, and that was it.
And America never got
Americans
ribbon.
never got it. So
Ah.
when Sony displayed a little bit of ribbon at the press conference they did at E3, I think it was, the fanboys went absolutely crazy because it's like, how dare you dangle Vibri in front of us? I need to go, nope, not having it. How fucking dare you? There was so much rage caused about this that the suits in Sony Computer Entertainment Japan took notice and demanded it become a thing.
Ah.
Took notice from their barricaded rooms.
Yes, hiding in the corner with the white flag of surrender. Going, okay, fine, we'll release the fucking game. Don't kill us. And it's like, that's one of the examples where of a game no one thought anybody actually wanted, responding to the absolute backlash of fan demand. Going, okay, we'll release your fucking game. Jesus Christ, guys. Without needing a Kickstarter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Which was quite awesome. So yeah, the little classics from 901 Shao been remade for PS3 and PS Vita, and they're currently working on a PS4 version.
Ooh.
I think they're going to struggle because PS4 doesn't play audio CDs.
Ah,
So
yes.
whether that functionality is maintained is another story. But yeah,
Maybe they'll say you can stick a memory stick with music in there.
well no, because it can't read MP3s either.
Oh, God.
That was one of the biggest criticisms about the PS4 is they took out all media capabilities of it.
Oh, dear.
God, even Steam has a music player now.
Oh God, does it?
It does, actually, yes.
Oh, for
The-
Yes, it's
Yeah.
called your computer CD-ROM drive.
Oh,
Yeah.
Felix, any headlines?
you're Felix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're called
the-
wrinkles.
Pete the Player has broken the speedrun record for Grand Theft Auto 3.
Oh really?
6 hours, 47 minutes, 12 seconds.
Not bad.
100%.
Wow. Grand Theft Auto 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
100%.
Any mods?
Yep. Nope.
What format?
I can't see it.
I'd imagine
Probably
it'd be PC.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he managed to get 100% speedrun completed.
Good lord.
So is he going to be coming to Awesome Games Done Quick in the new year then?
I have
Because
no
I
idea.
think he's earned it.
So by 100%, that means all sort of collectibles, all side missions.
All
yeah,
secrets.
literally 100%
Wow.
completion.
everything.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's-
that's quite impressive going.
That is indeed.
Yeah,
Especially considering it was the first one that was in 3D.
Yep, and it was a pretty long-ass game as
Yes.
Oh,
The only,
God, yes.
The only downside being your character never said anything.
Yeah, which they then put later in the games is, oh, he was mute, by the way.
Also, a whole bunch of Square developers and Saga series guys are working on a new 3DS RPG called Legend of Legacy,
Ooh.
which is a bit redundant.
Is it? Why?
The Legend of Legacy?
Yes. Oh, right. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
We haven't got much apart from the fact it's due out next January, and some of the bigger names working on it. The illustrator is Tomoe Kobayashi from the Saga series.
Ooh.
Designer Kyoji Koizumi.
Bob.
The background art is Misako Tsutsuri from Secret of Mana.
Bob.
The composer is Masashi Hamauzu
Bob.
from Unlimited Saga and Final Fantasy 13. And the texty guy will be Masato Kato from Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy 7.
Oh.
And Bob.
Names we don't really know. It seems that Capcom and Marvelous are teaming up to create a Monster Hunter
Card game!
card game.
Oh my word.
As is the popular thing in Japan in arcades, because arcades are actually a thing there,
Yep.
is to have card game machines.
Well, hey.
Oh,
Where you,
God, yeah.
you buy your cards and then you pay to play and yada yada, you get more cards. Every time
I
you put
see.
money in, you get a card.
Yeah.
And it seems that seeing as Monster Hunter is freaking religion over there, they're making a card game.
And Capcom are great at making you pay little bits of extra money to get
Yeah, they.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but the difference with the card game is that everything doesn't come included in the packet.
Yes.
Then you don't have to pay to release bits of it.
Yeah.
Don't tempt them. Okay.
You can buy stickers for your cards.
See?
I'm
This
guessing
card
this
is incomplete unless you buy the sticker.
This is going to be a tabletop game rather than an online computer-based
No, an
game.
arcade game.
Really?
Arcade.
Arcade
Oh, okay.
cards. Do you remember the gun shooter back in Sega Park, which had like the ID cards,
Yeah,
and the horse
time
racing
crisis.
that had the ID cards?
And Ghost Squad.
WCCF.
And Ghost Squad.
Yeah, Ghost Squad was the gunship, I think.
No,
Yeah.
I don't mean use as a card to play your game, as in
Mean
you
actual-
use you get physical cards.
Ah, yes.
For
So
playing
like,
this
so like
machine.
WSCC,
Yeah, like
the football
that.
game.
Yeah.
PS2 iToy game.
Yes. Ah, the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have judgment.
I have that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, I have judgment.
Yeah, WCCF, the
Yes.
World Cup Championship football.
I was never
which was
good at that
fucking
game.
amazing.
Yes, it was.
I've
It's
never
the only time we ever really liked playing football.
Indeed.
Because I always failed at the Eye of Judgment because apparently just standing up and shouting Mind Crush at people doesn't win you the game by default.
Never actually
Alex,
played
Yeah.
it, but
slap Felix.
he's busy at the moment.
Kick Felix.
Kick Felix.
So
Comes
okay,
later.
right.
Headline.
I'll gladly accept all donations.
Are we still doing headlines?
Headlines.
If we've got any.
Oh, but I got news.
Well, as I said earlier, Steam's built-in music player has officially released.
Yay.
Did anyone care?
Why would
No.
you need
No.
a music player for a computer which
Because
has?
they want
Yeah.
to start breaking into the whole free OSTs with your game categories,
Ah.
which will include MP3, OGG, and FLAC.
Mhm.
So they want to be able to sell you these extra things or give you them free and have, oh look, you might as well use our built-in player.
Ah.
Which works.
Yeah, I suppose.
Gearbox HQ was targeted with a bomb threat hoax.
Oh, shit.
Ah.
Yep. This was on Friday, and that was the Texas headquarters. And it was
Dallas,
confirmed by the
Texas.
bomb disposal unit that it was indeed a hoax.
Ah.
Sad for Randy Pitchford, who was tweeting the whole thing, had to leave last because his car was the closest. Nobody stepped forward to claim responsibility, unlike with the other bomb threats that have been going around.
Yeah, the Sony Online Entertainment, which apparently is being claimed by the Lizard Squad.
Yep.
The Lizard Squad.
Yeah, they were boasting about
Yeah.
it on Twitter during the time.
Oh, I see. Good lord.
Terrorists. hacking
Yeah,
groups.
freaking terrorists.
Yeah.
Any other headlines?
No.
No, we could just do stuff with more bantery.
So there we go. There's the news from the Silicon
that,
Group.
that was just
No,
the headlines.
that's
I've
the
got actual
headline.
news now.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
News.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeez,
right.
Ted.
In which case,
For instance,
I know you, like, think we finished a bit too early, but you know.
No, that was just the headlines. Now
Yeah.
for the
Right,
news.
okay. I'm going to shut up
I
then.
never finished too early.
Remember a couple of weeks ago, I mentioned that the guys who were formerly the Wipeout developers are releasing a new game called Formula Fusion.
Ah, yes.
I didn't even remember this.
Yes, there has been revelations about this, and more to come.
Ooh.
They
It's
released
actually a Wipeout game.
Yeah, it is. They released. It's not called Wipeout, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, it's their own IP now, so they have to maintain a respectful distance from the Sony property. Mm-hmm. But they've announced that the original graphic designers, the Designers Republic, are to return to
Ooh.
give the game its visual flair, which is awesome. Not only that, but the chap who made most of the original music, Tim Wright, also known as Cold Storage, has agreed to come back to help Dub Effects write the music for Formula Fusion.
Ooh.
Fuck yes! So, all that awesome music you found in Wipeouts 1 to 3, yeah, expect more of that, because that's going to be fucking awesome.
You mean before
Very
they
nice.
started using licensed music?
Yeah. They used a bit of licensed music in things like Wipeout 2097, which is the second game.
Yes.
But a lot of the music was in-house and done by Tim Wright and a couple of others. And it was amazing, and music like that is due to return.
Hooray!
So this is really going to be the best Wipeout that isn't Wipeout. And it's going to be awesome, including things like apparently legend has it so far there might be a track editor,
Ooh.
which would be fucking amazing. There's also the ability to modify your craft and improve decals and visualizations and things like that to it, which is all going to be awesome. But to have the Design Republic on board and Cold Storage, it is basically now going to be Wipeout without being Wipeout.
Cool.
Can't fucking wait.
Well, does anyone remember the non-Wipeout flying racing car game that was around at the same time that Wipeout was released, called High Octane?
Yeah, on the PS1.
Yes, I own that.
Really?
Yes, I do.
I suppose someone did.
Yeah, I've played it and went, yeah, I'm going to play this game, and it's like, this is shit.
Is that the one with the tagline Red Asphalt? Or not?
No, it's just
There's another one that's kind of like that, but with weapons. More weapons.
It was a popular genre.
yeah,
Yeah.
floaty cars. Yeah. Or
Talking
floaty
about
things.
car racing games, Flat Out Studios' next car game, as unofficially announced, has now been confirmed as being called Wreckfest.
Ooh.
Yeah. That was going to be
Yeah.
Doctor's
Wow,
mine.
it sounds like my relationships. A military joke.
Ooh.
It does actually suit the game, though. If you ever watch Nerdcube play that car game, then you'll see that Wreckfest is actually a very apt name for it.
Uh-huh.
Because
They've got a screenshot
crazy.
on the website, and it's literally a car getting demolished with a car behind it getting demolished, whilst there's another car behind that flipping over, getting demolished,
Ah.
Burnout.
and there's some debris all the way in the background.
Ah.
It's like Burnout on crack. Burnout wouldn't know what fucking hit it. That's what it's like.
Except it would, because it kind of like goes into slow motion. Then it can really
So
see
this
what
is
happened.
this is the studio who are behind the Flat Out series. They did a Kickstarter campaign. They only got so far, but apparently it was successful enough to enable the studio to get onto Steam Early Access, whereby January it earned the studio over $1 million.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
Woo.
What doesn't get Steam early access frickin' support nowadays?
Nothing. Everything is early access on Steam.
Exactly.
In
Pretty
fact,
much.
even
Any
Formula
other
Fusion is
news?
looking to get it. Well, Ed Boon's released another character for Mortal Kombat.
Ooh.
We all now that Quan Chi is joining the fight for Mortal Kombat X.
Hey.
Quan
Wait,
Chi.
wait.
Is that
Instead
like
of,
a
Teleporting
super-
motherfucker.
not
Huh?
Softy, but Quan Chi.
Yeah,
Oh.
Quan Chi, the fucking bald, white, face painted
She's meat free.
The
bastard.
sorcerer.
Yeah, the sorcerer.
Yeah.
The fucking cheap, skanky ass bastard. And he has got
Keep
some
her now.
skanky ass moves now. You thought his moveset was bad previously. He's got teleport punches and kicks where instead of flying across the screen, a la the old style, a portal will open and he will punch or kick you through the portal.
Oh,
Ah.
I've
and an
played a
X-ray
character
attack
that
that's
cheap
full
before.
screen away.
Yeah, full screen X-ray as well.
Oh.
That
Dicks.
sounds like half the special moves for fucking Wang in the original Psychic Force fighting games.
Yeah.
That's going to be
Just
spammed
dicks.
so much.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is.
Like, I wonder if they're going to ban him in tournaments then.
No, but
No.
hopefully he'll be
No.
nerfed because NetherRealm actually do take an effort to try and balance their games.
Uh-huh.
So, while it's going to be
So
a cheap
if-
fucking move, it will be properly balanced, I would
I'd like
imagine.
to see them introduce a special mechanic where if you can initiate a grab, you can pull him through his own fucking portal. 'Cause that would actually be visually impressive.
That would be fucking awesome. I'd
Yes,
like
it
that.
would.
That would be hilarious, though. I don't know quite how that would work.
Great.
Any further news?
Ah, well, I got plenty.
Wait, didn't you just go?
No,
Felix hasn't.
Felix.
no,
Okay.
no. So you guys have all gone.
I haven't gone.
So, in order to prove the power of the latest Nvidia GPUs, they've decided to use them to prove that the lunar landing was not a hoax.
Ah,
No, really, that's... They basically had to do an Apollo 11 demo to show off the power of the new GPUs.
Wait, what
In
was
which
it?
they've gotten rid of the old sponsor illumination model and had to make their own, where every single light source and reflection shadow is being cast in real time by the GPU. Which they actually managed to go, actually, yeah, once you've put in all the light bits, all the shadows people claim proves it's a hoax, work perfectly as they did on the original Buzz Aldrin video.
ah.
Oh, yes. I remember that. That was
Yeah.
awesome.
So they actually proved that using computer
Yeah,
software.
they used a new light source program, the Nvidia's Voxel Global Illumination, where they had to make a single light source that represents the sun, reflect and illuminate correctly of every single surface that is there,
Ah,
without any slowdown or turning it into Crisis 1.
I see. Okay.
So, yeah, all you people who say the moon landings didn't happen, fuck you. We got science that says it did.
Yeah.
Science.
Science for all and
That's as bad as
everyone.
people that say, "Oh, the Holocaust didn't happen."
No, I have some news here that kind of shocked me because of the sheer number. Of,
Was it electricity? Because that's quite shocking.
that joke has made me hungry.
I'm actually now kind of peckish.
What? You're now hungry because...
Talking about being peckish. Angry Birds maker Rovio to lay off 130 staff members.
Ah,
138.
130 staff members? They have 130 staff?
making Angry Birds games.
No, because that represents 16% of their workforce.
I know!
What the fuck?
Why is there so many people working on a Flash game? Here it says...
Oh, you forget, because there's 20 million of them now, aren't there? So it's probably like 25...
Well, Angry Birds games.
Yeah, so it was like a load of teams of 2 probably working on it. One to do the code, the other to do the art asset.
What you gotta do is
quit-
swap some freaking...
High five me, Alex. Unplanned peckish sake.
Yes.
Fine.
And did you know that there's a movie coming out?
Yes, there is.
Yep.
And the Angry Birds are going to have limbs.
Apparently so. Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
was the one that did the
Yes.
news of the movie.
Yeah, limbs. They're
Yes.
having limbs.
They also got a TV series and loads of other
Yes, they
shit.
do.
And the dude who was in Games of Thrones and also in Destiny, whose name I can't remember now, is also going to be in the film.
Peter Welch, or no?
No,
No,
Dinklage.
Peter
Peter Welch
Dinklage.
is somebody completely.
Peter
Yes.
Dinklage, that's the one.
Yes, we'll let this one slide because of my, Kenneth Williams, Kenneth, slide
Yes.
slip earlier.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
the firm has currently been under scrutiny, and hence why they've started to cut jobs, because its net profit halved more than its last year in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
They
And I'm
haven't,
thinking...
they haven't sold as many millions of plush toys this year.
Uh-huh.
Oh no.
And they've probably got so many staff because some of them are just there for like moral support. Remember, guys, you're the moral support staff. You got to stand around and cheer them on as they code. All right, I'll do that.
I just don't get how something
No,
so popular
they employ
has
so
come
many
around.
people, so that's how they can keep very good rankings on things like Google Play Store and the App Store. It's because they employ most of the reviewers.
It really wouldn't surprise me.
Oh god. Angry Birds Star Wars, greatest game ever. Go buy now.
How about no? I like the no idea.
Well, I
find
guess
that's a much better
I
idea.
suppose it's possible that since they're pretty much on every single format, they've got to have guys that know how to program in every single format.
Oh god, they've turned it into a brand with turn-based RPG games and stuff now.
It's ridiculous.
So yeah.
That is ridiculous.
So we've got guys who can program PS3, we've got guys who can program Xbox, we've got guys
Has
who can
anybody made
program
a parody
DS.
game yet called Angry Turds?
I need to make a Flash game about a little pea that's lost from a load of vegetables and has to find the vegetables. And all you have to do is press the direction he wants to go in. It will sell millions for the women of middle-aged, demographics.
Yes, it was called Farmville.
Now what you should do is this little pea who's trying to find his vegetables, and you should make him bounce along the screen by pressing a button.
I am
But
glad
if he,
that
if he touches an obstacle even slightly, then you will die and have to restart.
I am glad that most female gamers are actually not of the middle-aged woman who sits on her smartphone demographic.
You mean the Bejeweled demographic?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, the Candy
The,
Crush.
the other ones
Candy
up
Crush.
to like the
Ugh.
30-odd year age range, pushing 35, generally play normal games. Thank God.
Yay for normality. Wait,
Uh,
what are we doing with normality? Seriously.
Normality sucks.
Really? I didn't know you were called Normality.
Right, Felix,
Oh-ho!
Felix has got one, and then I've got one more
No,
to
I
lead
was
us.
giving that one to you.
No, I've got one more.
I've got plenty more. You can have this one. if
We
you
got
want.
2 more. I
Exactly.
get.
Kids, stop
Further
fighting.
to the conversation.
Hey, look. We're gonna finish at 9, okay, and move over. So
Okay, there
Okay.
is an app called Angry Turds.
Oh, really?
So
I was going to quickly say, further to the conversation about Flash games, whilst I was not in the room, I
Oh,
actually
the
made a
quiz
Flash game once about trying to find my lost dignity. Nobody's ever completed it.
anyway, 2 stories left. Let's go with your one, Felix.
I've only got one story left to add. Which is one of these. Yeah, let's go with this one. Twitch have vowed complete transparency on paid or sponsored content.
Ooh.
Blah, 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 blah. Because of a lack of clear best practices and shifting regulatory guidelines, coupled with a sometimes less than transparent sponsor relationship, these kinds of campaigns become a bit of a dark corner in the industry, and that's bad for everyone, the company have said. For these reasons, gamers can tend to look skeptically on the ecosystem because they don't know what is paid for content and what is not.
Ah.
It also opens influencers to potential criticism. What they call influencers, the people who are paid to push content. And essentially what they're saying is, if there's anybody that has been paid or sponsored to push content, it will be marked on their Twitter feed and on their Twitch feed.
Cool.
Disclaimer, this only applies to deals and sponsors that have been brokered through Twitch.
Which is fair.
Anybody who's been approached personally by a company are under no obligation to disclose it whatsoever.
Ah. I see.
Yeah, that's fair. I see no problem with this.
The
Thing is,
problem is going to be is that
aren't,
then no deals will be sponsored through Twitch itself. They'll just go straight to the players.
Aren't Twitch now owned by Google?
Amazon.
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 Yes.
Oh.
somehow they have money.
Wow, Samsung will soon own Siri.
Really?
Yeah.
Samsung.
The Siri engine, made by the Siri Corporation, was actually developed using the core speech engine from Nuance, who do Dragon Speech to Text.
Ah.
They've been in talks with Samsung for quite a while to buy them. Talks have just resumed now because Nuance is pretty much out of money. And Samsung are pretty much going to own them by the end of the year if everything goes according to plan.
Wait. Does that mean
Ooh.
Apple won't have it?
No,
it
it means
means that
Apple have to pay.
Samsung will own the base Siri engine.
Ah, right. So then Apple will have to pay royalties.
Yeah, they'll have to license it from Samsung.
Yes.
You know, like all the rest of their tech.
Karma. Brilliant. Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
In which case, we're just going to rename it. We're now calling it Sorry.
Whereas we can still go, okay, Google,
Okay, Google. Yeah.
how much does Apple suck?
This much.
And I get search results. Whyapple.tumblr.com.
That'll change. I mean, like, to be honest, our stuff is like straight to Google search stuff. It doesn't actually give you answers. But.
Oh, that's not strictly true. For instance, if this will work properly. Okay, Google, what is 5 plus 5?
The answer is 10.
Woo!
Gee, she took a while, didn't she? Where did she go to school?
Well, it's 'cause you
Testwood.
had- Yeah, more than likely.
Okay.
So that was quick for a test with student. Behave.
I have something of
Pete, what's
interest.
5 plus 5?
10.
There you go. See, he took longer than she did.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Green Man Gaming are now turning into a publisher,
Ooh.
of which they have called themselves Green Man Loaded.
So what have they released in the past then?
Nothing. They sell games. Green Man Gaming
Oh, I
is a
see.
website
Okay. Ah.
for digital games. Well, they generally sell through Steam keys and what's the other
Oh,
thing?
is this the thing where people have been basically going to indie developers who really want to push out their games and they've been getting free codes and then selling them? No?
I don't think it's one of those websites, but I kind of know what you mean. No,
That's been a big thing that's just been exposed.
Really?
no, the Green Man Gaming is one of the big ones.
Oh, Green Man Gaming is actually pretty legit. They just look dodgy as all hell.
a bit like good old games. They're legit as hell, but they also look a bit dodgy.
Dodgy.
And
I
their
think
interface is
originally,
shite.
Good Old Games interface was meant to be, nostalgic for all the old games that they were trying to peddle. Like Lure of the Temptress. Any of you remember playing that?
I actually got for free from Good Old Games a copy of Broken Sword 1.
Ah.
I then didn't log into Good Old Games for quite some time. When I went back into it, I found it had been deleted. And it was no longer there. And I was like, well, how about fuck you?
You got it for free. You can't complain.
Yes.
Okay, and I took it away from me.
He who hesitates is lost.
And if you're wondering if Green Man Gaming or Green Man Loaded will be restricted to their website. It
Yeah.
will not.
Ah.
That spokesperson says.
Ooh.
He said there are plans to publish their games under Green Man Loaded across all leading distribution channels.
Ooh.
Whether this actually translates into just PC or also games on consoles will be interesting to see. However, this means there will be the company will helping out. They want to help out people with like financial solutions. Like indie developers have a hard time of breaking in
Yes.
while keeping their own IP and stuff. And what they've mentioned is that Green Man Loaded will allow developers to retain ownership of their own IP. Should they wish, which most developers really do want
Yeah.
to. And they're going to also do solutions towards closed access beta programs, marketing, PR support, and royalties.
Ooh,
which They
okay.
will help and do shit with. And the vice executive president, well, I said that wrong, but of Green Man Loaded, what's his name? Gary Rowe. It says, my first priority at Green Man Loaded has been to meet developers with high-quality PC titles available for worldwide publishing, and I'm looking forward to making our first announcements in the coming weeks.
Woohoo.
So look out on that. I'll probably find some news stories related to it. But
Okay.
we have a new publisher, and I'm just...
Excellent.
How long before they fold and go belly up?
To be honest, they
Okay.
survive pretty well just selling games. I don't see why not. They can't publish games.
Is that all our news then?
I've got a couple bits to finish off with.
Oh, okay.
God damn it, Peter. I said on the hour!
Well,
Kickstarter
tough.
game funding may have dropped by half in 2014.
Ooh.
And only 3 projects have raised more than 500k this year compared to last year.
Oh dear.
So they were looking over the details. Last year saw a total of 58 million pledged to video game Kickstarters. The first half of 2014 just saw 13.5. And based on those figures, they think the second half will make for a total of 27 million over the year. Admittedly, it's a tough year to follow because last year 21 projects raised more than 500,000 in 2013, including Mighty Number 9, Elite Dangerous, Torment Tides of Numenera, and Dreamfall Chapters. So it looks like Kickstarter is starting to go downhill for video games.
Oh dear.
Not so much. More games are actually reaching the completion levels. It's
Just
that
not a stupid
many
number of
people
money.
are asking for a huge amount of money anymore.
Following on from the Gamergate stuff,
Ah.
God.
Intel apparently pulls ads under pressure from Gamergate, but says it isn't taking sides. And this is ads off of the
Gamasutra.
website in question.
It's Gamasutra.
Gamasutra. Yeah.
So for those who don't know, what was Gamergate?
No.
Oh, no,
It
no.
still
Everyone
is an
knows.
issue.
Go to www.tigertailsgaming.co.uk to see Xavier's badly formatted rant about Gamergate if you
Okay.
want for more information about that. There.
Yeah.
Dodge that bullet. Right then.
Excellent.
But apparently Gamasutra is still being targeted specifically to silence its editor-at-large, Lee Alexander, because of her recent article. Her recent article, by the way, is the one that is about gamers don't have to be your audience, gamers are over.
Ooh.
Yeah.
An article that I read and then went, where's the content?
Behave.
Seriously, where's the content? It's written as if somebody wanted to fluff out a article for their homework.
Ah.
And it's not even an opinion piece because there's no opinion there. It's just lots of words.
Yeah, one of the
Ah.
one of the male main editors backed her up with his own follow-on piece as well, and that didn't get very many people. You-
Yeah, I'm not touching it with a barge pole anymore.
Total
Lastly,
Biscuit
then,
pseudonym was in there backing them up as well, which was he wasn't actually full on backing it. He was like, I think these guys have good points. We should all stop yelling at them now.
yeah.
No, I want them to be yelled at for another day or two.
Well, to be honest, it was a stupid article to write, especially as there was no actual content in it. And seriously, having read it, there was no content in it.
Right.
Anyway, lastly, PewDiePie apparently might leave Disney to start his own network.
What? What?
He's with Disney?
Yeah.
That surprised me. Apparently,
Yes.
he's part of Maker Studio, whose parent company is Disney.
Ah.
And
Everything's owned
they
by
bought
Disney now.
that back in 2012 for $500 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Apparently, he's expressed frustration with Maker Studio and Disney. His contract with the company will end in December, and he doesn't sound interested in renewing. In fact, he's actually talking about looking at his own network and getting other people organised with that. And this is the guy on the most subscribed channel on YouTube.
What does he actually do?
He plays games. And,
No. I mean, at this company.
Oh.
He's a content creator.
So he just does what he normally does.
Yes.
Yeah, Maker
he-
Studios are just a multi-channel network for YouTube. So basically, they're the guys that handle all his ad revenue and stuff.
Yeah. Total Biscuit and Yodcast are also included.
Wait. Why can't he handle his own ad revenue?
Because that shit's complicated.
Yeah.
When you get the kind of money he gets through the YouTube ad revenue system,
Yeah.
yeah, it's worth having a multi-channel network just to basically be your legal guardians around that shit.
This is why small businesses have accountants.
Yeah, even NerdCube's got an accountant.
Yes.
NerdCube is a company of 5 people.
Yeah.
One of them is an accountant because of that shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Maker Studios, there we go.
It is kind of scary, the fact that, one, he's part of Disney,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, hold on, Disney have quite severe contracts and rules on how your staff is supposed to act? How the hell?
They make the old machinima contracts look nice.
But it's the fact that this is the most popular channel on YouTube potentially going, yeah, I'm not interested in you anymore. That's kind of scary.
Not really. Not for them.
Well, it's the first time I think that we've had this kind of discussion, because we've seen in telly with big names going from BBC One to ITV, but I don't think we've ever seen it on a YouTube channel.
Oh no, people have been jumping multi-channel networks all the time. It's nothing that unusual, especially when YouTube decided that they were going to start doing things to the multi-channel networks. For instance, not automatically authorizing your ad revenue, AdSense unless you were a particular member of a particular type of
Or
multi-channel network.
wasn't it unless you were partnered or something?
No, every partner gets the option to put ads on.
Again,
But-
how many people split off after the big machinima blow up? Of, was it year before last?
Yeah, Machina.
Early last year?
Yeah. Probably around about October 2012, because that's when Maker Studios surpassed Machinima to become the #1 independent YouTube network.
Ooh.
So, but now Fullscreen has passed Maker, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, PewDiePie is with Polaris, who is one of the offshoots of Maker Studios. They're basically the ones who deal with the gaming. There's also Maker Music and Maker Gen, who is a sub-network designed to promote small and growing channels,
Hooray.
originally called the RPM network. So yeah, he's with Polaris, and yeah, as I said, it includes PewDiePie, Game Grumps, Yogscast, Captain Sparkles, Markiplier, Aaron Hansen, a few others as well. The Gamer from Mars, never heard of him. I'll have to look at that one. The Runaway Guy, Shofu, Larry Bundy Jr., etc., etc., etc.
Okay. So, is
So
that
that's
all
the gaming news.
That's our gaming news done. Woo.
Fucking 500
Wow.
million subs to Disney. Damn.
Sir,
What?
Felix is playing games.
Well, he better get preparing to review them, because it is time for...
If I can
It's
ever...
that time where the cast of TigerTails Radio review stuff badly. This is done and dusted.
Get warned about these promos before they start playing.
Not a
Use
chance
his
in hell.
mic.
Yeah. If I mute one, I mute all.
That's right. I'll take you all down with me. What was that buzzing noise?
That's
That was
That's
somebody.
imminent vengeance.
That was somebody touching a live cable when they shouldn't have been.
Stop touching things.
that would have been Alex.
That was people earthing themselves through the equipment.
Yeah, that was Alex.
I'll give you a hint, guys. That's not a good plan, right? Just so you know.
Well, I've been trying to play through Steve Jackson's Appointment with Fear. The schlocky superhero thing.
Ah.
I
Choose
want
your
to.
adventure one, and I haven't been able to fucking complete it because no matter what I do, I can't find the clues that let me find the agents of fear. 3 days in game, and every time the world fucking ends.
I want to play the Oregon Trail now after watching Yahtzee play it.
After hearing failure, you want to play the Oregon Trail.
No, it's after
Yeah.
watching you Yahtzee play it in his Let's Drown Out. It's like
And
that,
completing it.
yeah,
like-
and beating the game
Don't you
first
just love
time.
that moment
As
where you
a
die
farmer.
of dysentery?
It's as a farmer.
Yeah, isn't Farmer supposed to be like the hardest difficulty?
Yes, it is.
And he just went la 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 la. Oh, I've beaten the game.
Yes.
He's like, you shit.
Yes.
Right, so TK, what do you have for done and dusted?
Well, there's a couple of things I could talk about, but I'm not going to, because Hedgie needs to catch the fuck up.
Do I?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, right. Yes.
Here is in a house show.
Well, if you didn't get ahead of yourself and just go all out and watch them all, then, you know.
Well, that's because I knew that the rest were coming and you needed to catch the fuck up.
Okay, fine.
So you need to catch the fuck up.
Well, we can do them for, like, the final episode of the series and stuff like that, so...
Because, yeah. And
Yes.
Season 3's coming out. Well, the first episode's already out, so...
Yes. Well, we
Which
can
we
watch
s-
some tonight after we eat.
Okay.
So,
We're going to order dinner then, aren't we?
yes. Well, we'll do it after the finishes.
Pizza!
Yes. So, anyway,
TK.
have you got
What?
anything to review, TK, then? Apart from Turtles?
I'm fairly sure I've done something. It's been a busy week, right? I've been doing Nanowrimo shit and stuff.
Oh god. We'll come back to you. Alex, have you got something for Done and Dusted?
The effects of not having sleep.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that's very easy.
I'll pitch in with that one for you.
Yeah, I've done that. It's
I don't think I honestly have anything. I mean, I kind of do, but I don't really have anything I want to do. So I will pass on this one.
Okay.
Hedgie said he can take
Sorry, just backtracking to gaming in a second. Did anybody mention about Assassin's Creed Unity being 900p and 30 frames a second for both consoles, the PS4 and the Xbox One?
No.
No, I saw that, but I thought that's not really newsworthy, even though it's like the biggest dig at most people ever.
I thought that was kind of funny. It's like, yeah, the Xbox One's so powerful, but now we're kind of dragging down PS4 users as well because
Yeah.
Ubisoft want to so they don't have flame wars because of one console being better than the other, so they're just going to make both of them shit instead.
That's a whole different show, TK.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry. So I get the PC version, folks. It's going to be the best.
Ray.
Hedgie has Super Smash Bros. DS.
I do, yeah.
Make sure you go and see a doctor.
Felix, you're having appointment with Fear.
No.
Again, another
I
doctor's
waited till
note.
I've completed this. I just beat the shit out of an old guy. That's progress. I'm going to shot him in the head.
So you
Two
don't have
damage.
anything for Done and Dusted?
No, but I'll join in.
I have Barbarian,
Oh.
and TK may have something.
I've been playing a lot of Train Sim recently.
Yes, well, I know.
Now they've updated a Train Sim 2015.
Well, if Hedgie wants to start, then.
Okay. So I've been playing Super Smash Bros. On DS. This is the newest release.
Have you
of
broken your
the-
stick yet?
No, I haven't. This is the newest release of the Super Smash Bros. Franchise. This is the first one on a portable system. So this is the first foray into handheld gaming when it comes to the series of Nintendo beat 'em ups.
And in 3D!
And in 3D, but
Tell
of
me,
course
how good is the 3D Hedge? Tell me how good the 3D is.
on my 2DS.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
very 2D. That's what it is. Yeah. But yeah, no.
Inferior.
So yeah, I can't comment on the 3D because I don't have the 3D system. I have the 2D system. But this is quite unique for a Smash Brothers game in that most of the characters that you get are actually unlocked from the beginning. So you've got characters like Sonic unlocked, you've got Mega Man unlocked, you've got Fox unlocked, you've got all the main ones are there. There's very little to unlock. There's only about sort of 5 or 6 characters that you really need to
I thought
bring out.
Star Wolf isn't in it this time.
Star Wolf's not, no.
And then I saw a funny post explaining why.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, wolves in the wild only live for about 17 years, and it's been longer than 17 years since Star Fox 64 came out, which introduced Wolf. So technically, Wolf is dead. Hence why he's not in Smash Brothers on the 3DS.
And technically, Star Fox should be dead. He came out in the original game.
Yeah, but he's a lead character. You can't kill them off. They get like lead character. Felix, what's that term for when lead characters never fucking die? In writing.
Mary Sue.
No, the other one.
Gary Stu.
When they never die.
Yeah. What's the name of that trope? Where you,
Joker immunity?
where you just can't. Pardon?
Joker immunity?
It's something like lead character immunity or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joker immunity.
How about plot-driven character? As in, if he dies, then you're like, okay.
Yeah, Joker immunity is basically no matter how many times the Joker should have died, pushed off a ledge, explosion or something,
Yep.
he's never actually dead because they need him in there too much. He's too popular.
No, I think that's more villain syndrome type thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Rather
it can be
than
applied to anybody, really.
rather
I
than
suppose.
character necessity. So
Whereas, like, the lead character can never die because he's the lead character. That
Yes.
trope. Like,
What is it? Narrativium armor?
something like that.
Plot
armor.
enhanced armor?
Something like that, yeah.
So anyway,
That's why Fox is still
getting back to what we've got. So you've got most of the characters unlocked. There are various challenges you can do which enhance the longevity. So, for example,
Not breaking your console.
win 3 matches as Luigi in order to unlock a tile on your challenge screen, which gives you a special item and things like that. There's various modes for single player. You've got a classic sort of Smash Brothers journey where you go along a series of linear paths and you select which characters you want to fight, and you can go up in intensity from 0 right up to 10, and the higher you go, the more money you have to spend to enter the competition, but you get more prizes. So in other words, you pay to enter into the tournament, but if you win, then you will actually get more back. So that's another one there. You've also got the original sort of Smash game, which is just a free-for-all brawl, and you can pick to have maybe one opponent or 4 computer opponents against you. There's online modes as well, which I've had a bash at, and that is where you can either play against people or you can do team battles. So again, you've got lots of things to do there. You've got various mini games. The sandbag game that appeared in Super Smash Bros. Melee, where you have to beat up a sandbag, get its damage up, and then whack it with the baseball bat and see how far you can make it fly. That's in there. You've also got an Angry Birds style bomb game where you have to beat up a bomb, tick it down, and then hit it and make it explode in the center of a massive targets in order to take out as many as possible. So yeah, there's
So it's a
little
bit like the
modes.
sandbag game, except with aiming.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
Content recycling.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, but it's fun. But yeah, there's lots of extra characters in it now. Pac-Man's in there. You've got Greninja from Pokemon, who is a strange lizard-type character who has a tongue wrapped around his face. So
Problem is, they keep on adding Mario characters and Pokemon. Soon it's just going to be Mario versus Pokemon with an occasional other character in the side.
I've been playing mostly as Sonic. So
Well, there's a shock, folks.
Yeah, I have.
I get to look at his ass.
It's like, can you say that again, but this time walk out of a shed? Yeah. This week, I've mostly been playing
as Sonic. So yeah, it's a pretty nifty game for a handheld system. It's got a lot of stuff. I mean, I've had it for about 4 days now, and I'm still looking through things. So yeah, but yeah, it's quite a bit of fun. I've played online a couple of times and beaten people up as Sonic and won 2 matches. So yeah.
I'll like to point out that clearly this is like crack, because he hasn't had it for like 4 days. He's had it for like 2.
Have I?
Yeah.
Okay, I've had it for 2 days. Yeah, 2 days.
It turned up when I turned up.
On Friday.
Okay.
And today's Monday.
Okay.
Friday,
So 3 days.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Oh, that's 4 days.
4 days, but considering you've been working most of it, it will be like 2.
Okay, so I've had it for 4 days. There you go. And it feels like I've been playing it for 4 because I've been enjoying it. So yeah. But yeah, I like it. It's fun.
That's your summary. I like it. It's fun.
Well, okay. Oh, you want me to do a proper summary, do you?
Yeah, like expand on these horizons. Why
All right.
is it fun?
Okay. Well, with the amount of characters that are unlocked, you've got no sort of worry about desperately trying to troll through the game in order to unlock your favourite character, because most of them are already unlocked. So there's plenty of scope for that. The control system is interesting. You've got just the analog stick, which you use to move your character around, and A and B are your attack buttons. A is regular attack and B is a special attack, and pressing up, down, left or right instigates a various attack for that. So left and A will do a regular attack to the left, right and A activates your regular attack to the right, up and down are up smash attacks and down smash attacks, whereas B are your special moves, and any direction on that pad plus that button will fire off a different type of move, and you can actually decide which type of moves you want. For example, you can go into a customization option in the option screen, and depending on how many times you've played the game, you can unlock various moves, which is where that smash system comes in. So playing it on higher modes unlocks more moves. For example, I've played as Sonic through the Smash game about 4 times, and I've unlocked Burning Spin Dash, which is a level 3 special move. So the more times you play, the more times you can unlock these.
So that's the incentive to keep playing.
Yes, in order to power up your character, if you will. So you can almost level up your character. You can also stick various equipment on them. For example, shields, or equip your character with a weapon. For example, a beam sword, which you can do. You can also create a Mii as well. You can pull your Mii into the game, and you can give them various clothing. For example, I've got mine wearing an American football helmet.
Sonic you're me in a helmet.
Like me in a helmet, yes.
Also interesting as well is that the guys who create, well, I'll say the guy who creates the Terrain of Magical Experience web series on YouTube, and many other places, including his own website, has actually created Mii's of the characters in the show that you can download using the QR scanner. Which is quite cool. So you can play as Nylock!
Nifty.
The only Mii worth it.
Yeah. But you've got 3 types of Mii that you fight with. You either have the Brawler, who's basically close-up fist fighting. You've got the Slasher, who uses mid-range weapons. And you've got the Blaster, who is a long-range gunfighter. So you've either got close range, medium range, or far range that you can choose. And I chose Brawler, so I'm going for all-out, hands-on.
Which is Hedgie's normal style.
Yes, it is. So I went for close-up fist fighting, yeah. But yeah, there's plenty to do in it. I mean, and I got it from Amazon for $31.85, and in game they had it for $39.99, so I got a pretty good deal on it. But overall, yeah, it's a solid fighter. There are loads of modes to play with. The online is easy to go through. Occasionally there's a bit of lag depending on who you're playing against and where they are, because of course the host obviously is the one that has the main connection. So depending on where they are, you may get I've had a couple of instances with a few hang-ups and a few slowdowns. But,
have you had the thing where if someone's losing, they'll just disconnect?
No, I've not had that, thankfully.
Wait for it, it'll come.
I so I can cut it off. I don't need to take this.
Yeah. Failure disconnects. I don't want to lose. Bah. But no, I've not had that yet, thankfully. Everyone else has been playing fine. But, yeah, solid 3DS entrance into the Smash Bros franchise. Control system does take a while to get used to, because you can just move the stick a little and you'll walk slowly. You push it again, you'll immediately start running. So if you're desperate to get hold of an item that's a few sort of steps away from you, you've got to walk very slowly towards it. So that's one thing I'm getting used to, is the control system. But otherwise, it's easy to pick up, it's easy to get into, and there are loads of characters unlocked from the start, so you're always going to have a character that you can actually have fun with, rather than going, oh god, I've got to unlock him. So yeah. And plenty of challenges, plenty of extras to go through. So yeah, I would recommend this if anyone's got a 3DS.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I have a 2DS.
Yes, you have a 2DS.
Close
yes.
enough.
I have
Yes, you-
one 3DS.
Yeah.
I have a PlayStation Vita. I
Yes,
think
you
I'm
do.
winning.
Yes, which I bought for you for Christmas.
Indeed.
I have a PC. Ha.
I
Yeah,
got a
that's such a
rock.
portable console.
I have a PS4.
Yes, again, not exactly portable.
Yeah.
I have a PS Vita that can be portable.
I have a PS Vita. You have a PS Vita.
I have a PS Vita.
Yes. We are the PS Vita Club.
And a DS, a PS4, 360, a PC. There's a surprising amount of games consoles.
Yes, you do.
I've got a Mega Drive, a Mega CD,
Dreamcast,
Again, you have a PC, that's all
Saturn,
equipment.
Dreamcast, Saturn,
Master System.
Atari 2600,
So,
original Game Boy.
you just said the Master System. You said you had a PC. Aren't you being redundant?
Oh,
Oh. I said
God.
Master System, not
Oh,
Master
dear.
Race.
yes. Anyway, should we get off this and go back to reviewing? Who
Yeah,
else is-
okay, so I have
Hey.
Barbarian,
Ah,
which is a Steam game, and it is quite cheap at £3.99. And it's an amusing little kind of top-down defense game, but without towers.
ah. So what do you defend?
You play as... What? Never mind. You play as Brad the Barbarian, who has awoken to the sounds of his town under siege, but instead of reaching for his battle axe, he crafts a battle lute, heads on out to play a merry jingle as
I like
a
that.
barbarian,
There's no time to lose. Quick! Fetch my whittling knife.
and he summons forth other people to do all the bloodshed for him.
Oh, I see.
And you generate notes as your resource. You summon various units from archer to brawler, all ranged type shooter type people, and you upgrade your town, your crystal, your towers that you have 2 of that aren't hugely helpful as you defend off against the horde of goblins and demons and things that effectively just want to blow up the town crystal. Most of the gameplay is quite easy. It's just move around. Everything's auto-target, so you just position yourself in the right place. And then various power-ups to drop down. You only are allowed 3 units out of the many you unlock, and I do mean many, up to and including Octodad, Meat Boy and Isaac, and what appears to be a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle if they then stuck a tank on him.
So a Blastoise.
Not quite. It's not blue.
You mean a puzzle of liquid? Because that's all I can think of happening if I put a tank on a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Dear me. But it's a really fun game. There's a nice rock track that you just play through in the background. You face off a good chunk of different enemies, and it's kind of a mix of like bullet hell, tower defense, which sees you trying to shift your unit to avoid taking damage whilst doing as much damage to the enemy, whilst powering down your attacks or your speed or your defense.
You're powering up,
until
right? You've been powering up your speed and attacks, right?
Yeah, I know what I mean.
Okay.
And
just checking, 'cause you made it sound like you're trying to throw the whole fight.
and you end up going up against these various enemies that just are ridiculously hard in places. As you go through the morning, afternoon, evening, night cycle that these kind of tower defense things now seem to have. It's got a couple of side games, which is see how far you can run and see how long you can survive. Both of which also unlock other things and are amusing little side games away from the main game of defending the town. I've managed to get through to the final phase, but I need to kind of unlock a lot more and upgrade a lot more, because it does get progressively harder, and you do need to be fast on moving around, know when to throw down your power-ups, and know which enemies are a priority to kill rather than other ones, because you've got things that will chase after you, things that will ignore you, things that just will plow through everybody in their way, exploding goblins on rockets, many other things. And I've not even gotten to all of the demons yet, because you also have things like beholders that fire lasers everywhere, people throwing boomerang bones.
So if you're not defending a tower, what are you defending?
You've got a lawn effectively to make your way across, and the enemy to make your way across, and you have a crystal at the end.
Okay.
And it's pretty much free movement. You can also play this via touch screen, so if you're into that, you can do.
Yeah.
And it's just fun, and it's quite addictive. I've thrown like 5 hours into it.
Wow.
And I've still not finished it. It's a really fun game, and for £4 on Steam, it's a good old blast. Everything has been pretty positive on the views, on the reviews. So I would recommend this if you like kind of actiony style games with a little bit of a twist in terms of like defense games. It's not tower defense in any strict sense of the word, but it's kind of like that. And I would certainly say to our listeners, go out and play it. I had a blast with it. I'm still having a blast with it, and I'll probably jump back on it to complete it at some point.
Okay, cool.
Well, and just see what other cameos show up.
Yes. So who's it made by?
It is made by a company who have not put a big thing on there to say they have made... Oh, there we go. Tree Fortress Games.
Okay. Right, okay.
But you can find it on Steam quite easily. Just type in Barbarian.
Righto. And you'd recommend it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. Okay, cool. So there we go. We've got Super
It's a
Smash
shame I only
Brothers.
have £3.98 in my account.
Super Smash Brothers DS for 3DS, and Barbarian for Steam on PC.
Yes.
There we go. Now, anybody have any other media? Any books or films or TV shows?
I have Shield, I guess.
Shield?
Oh, there's always Doctor Who.
Ah, yes,
That's
Doctor
what I'm
Who.
enjoying. I haven't had much urge to watch it really after the first episode. Second episode.
It's a bit of a struggle, and we'll get to that with the Doctor Who.
I actually read another book.
Ooh.
It's one I started the other week. I don't know if I actually reviewed it on the show, though. Bear with me a second. Plowing through the show notes.
You review. Fuck.
That's a Rainbow Toaster. That was Destiny.
Yeah, that's what you did last time.
Comic book the movie. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I know, I wasn't here last week. I was looking up
The Brave Little Toaster was last week.
In that case, I've not done this particular book yet.
Ah.
So, back on Season 8, Episode 23, he says, seeing as no one else is going to be doing anything else for this particular section, so I might as well start. I reviewed a book called The Tuesday Dog by Jack Stoneley, which was the story, partly fictional, part real, of a dog called Scruffy, who had been in a pound in the UK for 7 days, and it was on the 7th day that a journalist from the Mirror had written a story about her, and it was published in the paper on that 7th day, and basically every single dog in the kennel got adopted on that day after it melted the nation's heart. So impressed with this reaction, Jack Stoneley then wrote the book called The Tuesday Dog, which is known as Scruffy in some territories and some republishings, and spawned a Saturday morning series on American television, animated.
But
Jack
again, it doesn't
Stoneley-
take much to spawn an animated Saturday cartoon in America.
Jack Stoneley then wrote a sequel called, and this was the height of the imagination of the time,
Where's these hamster?
The Return of the Tuesday Dog.
No,
I know, right? Who'd have seen that title coming a mile away?
I preferred my one.
Yeah, you would. And this tells the tale of the happily ever afters,
Ah.
or what may have been. And this one is entirely fictional this time, and it follows the life of what happened to Scruffy after she won Dog of the Year and had her pups.
Ooh.
And basically, her new owners were lovely people taking good care of them, but when Scruffy had pups, they were all given away, as is normal.
Yes.
Scruffy didn't like this, and was a bit mopey, a bit depressed, and confused about where her cubs are gone. And so to cure her of this depression,
They introduced her to this wonderful spider.
not quite, this isn't Charlotte's Web, her owners decide that it's probably going to be a good idea if she can meet her old boyfriend, another dog called Butch.
Ah.
And so they get in contact with Butch's owner, who left his contact card, and so they arrange a meeting.
They didn't realise that she'd actually escaped from Butch due to the horrific domestic abuse she'd suffered.
On the contrary, Scruffy was so overjoyed to see Butch that they ended up running away together, as you do, thus spawning a massive hunt throughout the city, and with Butch's new owner, who's an ex-sergeant major, basically going to the police, raging and ranting, and ending up trying to look for him himself. The other dogs of the Tuesday Dog book didn't really have as good a life. One of them was a German Shepherd who was exceedingly frisky, and quite one of these dogs who will just love you the moment he sees you. And he ends up with a good chap who basically runs a little shop, and he's supposed to try to be the guard dog because he's the big German Shepherd, big teeth, rah, and everything. They get horrifically burgled while the German Shepherd's on duty, because the German Shepherd's a useless guard dog and has been ruffling the feathers of the neighbourhood female dogs.
Oh.
So in the end, the owners are like, look, the owner's wife is like, look, it's either the dog or me. And so the dog goes back to the pound, whereupon it stays there for 7 days.
Aha.
At the end of the 7 days,
Sadako kills it.
not quite Sadako, just they get taken into the little brick building with the green door and put to sleep.
Ah.
Sam, the name of the dog, manages to escape this fate, however, by running the fuck away, as one does, and instinctively makes his way back to where the gang of stray dogs used to hang out in an old abandoned car lot.
My God, they're all canine Houdinis, aren't they?
They are. Another dog, whose name escapes me at the moment. I will quickly dive into the book to see if I can see reference of the name.
I will call him Nyuk Nyuk.
No, not Yuck Yuck. You silly boy.
Frostbore, destroyer of Persian rugs.
Hamlet, that was it.
Hamlet. Oh my
Yep,
god.
he's a big boxer dog
Ah.
and an alcoholic who spent many of his days at a pub before
Sorry,
being
what?
thrown out. The
They
owners,
made one of the dogs an alcoholic.
yeah, basically he'd hang out at a pub and the owners would buy the dog drink and the dog would lap it up. And so, and in the end of the last book, the owners of the pub actually end up adopting him.
Ah.
In this book, however, all is not so well because the landlord of the pub has died
Ah.
and is being taken over by another landlord who doesn't like dogs and
Oh.
wants to turn the pub from the grotty down and out den into a trendy wine bar type pub.
Oh no.
And so what happens? The dog gets kicked out.
Ah.
And instinctively, after a series of mishaps and misadventures, makes his way to the car lot where he used to hang out with his other friends. A little short wire-haired terrier called Solo is also not having quite as good a life and has attacked many, many other dogs since being taken in from the shelter, to the point where his owners are now facing a court trial. And so he escapes from the courtroom.
Of
And
course he does!
yeah, he basically just runs away, and everyone is completely inept in stopping him. So, yeah, he heads his way. Can you guess where he's going, boys and girls? Yes,
Tahiti.
Yes, Tahiti.
It's a
Pete.
magical
Well
place.
done. No, Toys R Us is a magical place. You never watch the advert. In the end, the whole gang, apart from the collie from the last one who got adopted way earlier than anyone else, never actually made it to the pound. We never hear of her again. But everyone else makes it back to the abandoned car lot, and the group reforms. And then the tale goes on about their adventures a little bit while the group have reformed, only to then be all adopted by the Sergeant Major at the end of the book, who ends up finding Butch and taking them all back in.
Hooray!
Yay, happy ending. So you think.
Yeah.
But then I stopped and thought about it. Scruffy's owners were also looking for Scruffy.
Yes.
Now, it never ever states in the book whether or not they stopped looking for Scruffy.
Ah.
Scruffy is legally theirs. But the Sergeant Major, whoever it is, the Colonel, takes in all of the stray dogs at the end of the book and basically takes them back to live with him and Butch,
Uh-huh.
including Scruffy,
Ah.
who's someone else's dog.
I'm just loving how
Oh,
the
dear.
descriptions for how all these dogs ended up back together is wacky.
Yeah, to say the least. It's a bit far-fetched. Basically, they were all down and outed again, and so
Right.
they all made their way back together. Except for Scruffy and Butch, who just ran away because they were horny.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much. So, yeah, the Major is basically committing dog napping
Yes.
by
Well-
not returning Scruffy to her owners.
Only if he didn't know that.
Well, he did, because they were the ones who contacted him saying, look, our dogs need to get together because ours is depressed.
Ah.
So he knew Scruffy's owners. And he invited them around for lunch and things. So
Oh, I see.
he was on speaking terms with them. They're on first name terms.
Oh.
And, yeah, he doesn't appear to have ever returned her to them,
Ah.
despite their frantic searching for her. Yeah.
Not very well thought out.
Not
No.
Then
no.
again, you've got to remember Jack Stoneley is, or at least was, a reporter for the Daily Mirror.
Ah, right. Okay.
This makes so much more sense now!
Yes!
Also, I must write a book about that dog Cross for Destroyer Persian dogs.
So, all in all, though, it's a reasonably good book. Again, it's a very short read. It took me about 2 hours again, like the original book did.
Oh, okay.
So, other than that, it's a nice piece of fiction. It gets you through a
So
quiet
about
period.
40 minutes for me.
That depends how quickly you skim read it, really.
Hmm.
And there's a couple of nice pictures of the actual dogs in the book as well, which is quite nice.
Ah.
Aw.
So they're all based on real.
Which were also taken from their owners without permission.
Yep, totally. So it's not a bad little book.
Pictures, I mean.
It's
I'm
a-
not accusing him of actually talking about
It's short and sweet and gives another happy ever after, so long as you don't think about the consequences.
Yes.
Oh, how inept these owners are!
Indeed. Because, yeah, there is a great display of ineptitude.
Dog escapes from a courtroom?
Yep, utterly. A little short wild-haired terrier beast. And he is a beast. He's like tiny and will take on things the size of Great Danes and bigger.
I'm just picturing the kind of owners that like force them to dress up in a tiny little orange jumpsuit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, God.
And yeah, he was one beating up all the kind of posh neighbourhood dogs and things.
Well, he is at castration height. Let's give him that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
And it's the case of that the posh owners were like, oh, well, he hasn't really caused my dog any physical damage, but the emotional trauma my little tiny chihuahua poodle mixed cross stupid peasant fucking dog.
Yeah.
Oh, the emotional stress, I'm suing because of that.
Look, he's shaking. He's always shaking. He's a chihuahua.
My dog is so highly strung and this little dog has upset him. Oh, for fuck off. Even the judge is like, fuck
True,
off.
if you actually just shout boo to a chihuahua, you can actually use it as a personal massage for a good 10 minutes afterwards.
What's great about chihuahuas is they're just the right consistency to kick over a 6-foot fence. True story.
But a dog
Yeah,
that
if-
bounces when it barks.
If you're lazy, 6-foot fence. You can get them much higher.
Probably. But, a nice steel toe cap boot.
Yeah.
Unless you have the kind of cat that pulls a Lucy with the football at the last second.
It's like, how do you walk a chihuahua without getting ridiculed?
You keep it in your
Well, for
handbag. don't you?
starters, you have to wear high heels so tall that you can only take tottering minces to begin with. Trust
It's
me,
like, yeah.
I've been there. I mean, I've read about this.
It's like, I'm going to walk the dog. It's like, seriously, walking it around the lounge will tire it out.
My mum's got a little Yorkshire Terrier now.
Yes?
Seems to have permanent tongue stuck out syndrome.
With a,
Really hyperactive.
yeah.
Unless you specifically wave a hand at it, it's like going, calm thy tits. The only time he'll stop attacking anything. Take your hand away after doing that. It's like,
Yeah.
no, stop.
Oh, right.
I try to do the same hand and go, stop, stop. It's like, no, calm thy stillness. Weird.
Ah, yes. Mini dogs, yes. Ah!
So yes, the book itself, The Return of the Tuesday Dog, he said totally not opening up and reading it a bit. I find it a thoroughly enjoyable, if very short read. And for the cost of, I think it was 79p on Amazon. Yeah, not forgetting that this book was written in 1979, I think.
Oh, really? So it's an old book?
Oh yeah, it's an old book. It's not a new thing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this one was 1979.
Aha.
Even by those standards, it has a fair amount of unintentional hilarity.
Oh yes, again.
Good.
Just don't think of how it ended. Cause,
So I was 1 year old when that was made then.
Really?
Damn, yes.
wow.
But in dog years,
Yeah.
you still weren't legal.
True facts.
reminds me of the joke here. You're only as old as the woman you feel, which means I'm 5. Oh, wait, sorry. 35. Dog years.
Ah,
Does that make gay men immortal? Sorry, Alex, you're not immortal.
Gosh darn it.
I know. What will you do? So, actually, this episode does it. Fuck you all.
Yeah, there you
something
go.
that shares celibate.
Huh?
Or is she just eating silicon in order?
Did you just say shares celibate?
Yeah, you're only as young as the woman you feel.
I don't think we have a rating high enough to be talking about shares sex life.
Oh, God.
Oh no, we're still higher than TMZ.
Timsy. Oh, God.
Yeah, I said rating, not
Oh.
morality. Ugh.
Yeah.
Shall we move swiftly on in something else then?
Too late. Yes, let's.
Oh my god, an Elton
Okay.
John, huh?
Where did he put that toupee? Whoa.
I think you've got
So,
lost in all the
Doctor Who then.
plots.
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who. Hi. Doctor Who. Doctor Who. Hi. The TARDIS.
And there's a copyright strike. Thanks, Edge.
Yep.
Really?
No.
Oh,
Fucking idiot.
that
Oh
would
my
have been
God.
brilliant if it was.
No, that would have been shit. Just so you know.
You can still put this show up, you just wouldn't get in for it.
No, it would be a strike towards the channel and get the channel taken down.
Good God.
It depends. Most of the time they inform you and go, we will now automatically license this.
No,
Because
not
I
when they're
sang.
copyright striking, the copyright strike is instantaneous and brutal.
No, because I put up a promo for Bad Fanfic Theatre and the opening tune happens to still be in copyright. And they just
Yeah.
said, we're going to let you do this.
That's if the people who have actually signed the agreement with YouTube to allow you to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Otherwise, it's a copyright strike. And you get fucked.
This one might
Anyway.
be part of the agreement.
Doctor Who.
Yes.
Not a bad episode. Not a great episode.
Episode 9.
Kill the moon.
Yeah. Kill it. Kill
Wait.
it dead.
Kill it with fire.
Were they reading the transcripts for the Thrilling Adventure Hour Night Vale crossover? Because that
You
one
have to
had the
wonder.
first Night Vale annual Destroy the Moon Day.
Well, the plot is annoying brat from school wants to be special, so the Doctor goes to the moon. Only he ends up in a shuttle landing on the moon filled with nuclear warheads.
In the year 2049.
I think you'll find it's nuclear.
Why is every time they go to the moon something bad happens?
Alex, did you do anything for Done and Dusted?
No.
No, he
Okay.
didn't.
He said no, yeah. It's the sheer continuity inconsistencies and bullshit answers and oh my god, the Doctor throws a hissy fit and decides to fuck off. Granted, yes, this is a problem that needs to be sorted out by humans. However, because he was being a dick...
With these gravity distortion engines that could blow out a whole planet before.
But because the Doctor was being a dick, he dumps Clara and a random girl in the middle of this bullshit. And then goes, no, you deal with it. I'm off.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Here's some oven mitts. Good luck.
It was, I mean... They have astronauts on there that apparently are third-rate astronauts.
Yes.
And apparently these are people who don't understand
So,
anything.
wait, you're disposing of nuclear material of great destructive capability, and you send
They weren't disposing
Larry,
of it.
Curly, and Mo.
They weren't disposing of it. They were going to use them.
Larry, that's the one we were trying to remember.
No, Larry, yeah.
It felt like it because it was a case of, how do I do the thing? Or you pull the switch. No!
Oh no, you just do the same.
Astronauts are not that stupid!
Felix, did you finish done and dusted?
No, he didn't.
Thank you. Carry on.
And it continues on there. The Doctor decides to prove gravity works by doing a jumpy dance.
And using a yo-yo.
Yeah, it's like, I can understand part of that, but it's like, stop being a prat! He literally treats all of them like children, and then gets hissy and buggers off. The spiders aren't really spiders, and apparently they can be taken out by bleach, which the girl is carrying.
Because she was dicking around with it.
Along with her shark repellents.
No,
Never
travel
leave the
sickness.
Batcave without it.
No, it was the
she
travel
carries
sickness.
bleach
Yeah.
because travel sickness.
No, she carries bleach because she was...
She was in the caretaker's shed.
And she'd been vomiting in the TARDIS. The doctor
Yes.
said
Oh,
it needed.
that
Yes.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still very convenient.
Yeah. And then they discover that there's a life form in the moon, and the immediate response from the one apparent astronaut is, how do we kill it?
Kill it with fire, yes. It's, apparently the moon is an egg.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who saw that coming?
My god, you would have thought they'd have found that out later on when they built a small city on that moon.
Yeah. Especially seeing as it apparently lays an egg at the end of the episode.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Oh,
really.
yeah, it's gonna happen.
The moon was not going to destroy itself. This is the most annoying thing, because it's like, what continuity are you looking at for this to even happen? But apparently this is the single event that propels humanity into the stars, and I sit there and go,
Remember the direct
What?
quotes from Moffat? I don't give a shit about continuity.
It's Doctor Who, there isn't any.
Yeah.
it's so far out there we don't care anymore. Yeah, I know, but it's like...
And it's like,
Well,
fuck's
now-
like Moffat.
You now are saying that this is apparently the one single event that leads humanity out to the stars because they see something beautiful. It's like, no, I'd have thought the fact that every Christmas thousands of aliens turn up in London to try and kill everyone.
nah, that's just ergot poisoning, you see. Mass hallucination.
And dinosaurs.
Video
Yeah.
game rage. It explains that one.
Dinosaur. Biggest MacGuffin ever.
Dinosaurs
Cybermen.
in Victoria, London.
Yeah.
Okay, look, just stop talking and look at this little red dot.
Oh, God.
I miss Russell T Davis.
It's bad when you say that after watching an episode. It really
I
is.
always said that when Russell T Davis leaves, it won't be very good, and I was right.
Oh, it was wonderful when Russell T Davis left.
Yes.
We had the 11th Hour and that series, which was brilliant. And then afterwards, can we finish a plot line? Can
You
we
just do
finish a
some
plot
self-contained
line?
plot lines, because that's actually all you're good at. That and building quirky relationships that are actually kind of compelling. Those
Well,
are the two
I
things
liked-
that Moffat writes well.
Yeah, I mean, I liked how Clara was towards the end of the episode because she finally loses her shit and tells him to fuck off.
Yes.
But the Doctor was being a prat, and it's like, I still don't think how to write for Capaldi.
And we missed
Because
that
it
your
goes
internet
between
cut out.
angry Scotsman
He doesn't
and
seem to know
small
how to
child.
write for Capaldi, was what I got from the blanks.
Yes. Because all of his doctors have been sort of crazy, quizzical romantics almost.
No, all of his previous doctors
Yeah,
have
but
been fine
this is-
mentally.
Yeah.
And now he's got an old doctor and he's gone, shit, what do I
Yeah.
do?
Mm.
But
Fuck it,
to
bring out
Capaldi-
the unused Eccleston scripts.
Yeah, to Capaldi's credit,
Yeah, an
he's
old
doing
angry
good.
Scotsman or 5-year-old.
Mm.
Capaldi's working good with what he's got, though.
Yeah.
Has your,
He's definitely the shining light in this series.
He is.
has your laptop started maintenance again, Pete?
We'll take that as a yes.
Yes, I think he's gone.
No, I think
Oh,
it's
there he
just. I'm still here.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
So your voice was spanging again.
Yeah.
How much like it?
Yeah, it
Pete?
doesn't surprise me.
We were losing you a bit. But yes, it was an interesting episode, Kill the Moon, because it was just sort of, interesting.
It was one of those episodes where, yeah, the dark thing happened, where the Doctor was like, "Okay, this is a human problem. I'm not human. I'm not solving your fucking problems anymore."
Yes.
And vanishes, leaving them to sort their shit out for once. And this has become a trend I've noticed with the new episode with Capaldi, is that there's an awful lot of Doctor Who happening where there's no fucking Doctor in it.
Yeah.
This was saved for 1 or 2 episodes a series in the previous series, but now that Capaldi's around and everyone's gone, oh, he's going to be darker, so he's going to be more moody and stuff, so let's just not have him in it and let's let other people solve everything instead. And it's like, yeah, I've come to watch Doctor Who, not the Doctor's friend. You know, this isn't a fucking spin-off series on
Yes, if
Saturday
we
morning
wanted that,
kids
we could
television.
watch the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Yes, which was infinitely better.
Yes. And written by Russell T Davies.
Yeah, and it shows. Okay, it was a lot lighter and sillier and more fluffy, but guess what? It was good. Sarah Jane was fucking amazing.
Yes.
Hang on. Right, those two are talking in the background. Now they're
Yes, they
silent.
are.
Right, so they can carry on.
Hooray.
Overall, it didn't offend me too much. I mean, I quite like the fact the Doctor was just like, nope, fuck you, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Pete thinks it's for bullshit reasons.
Well, I think it was because all they said was, right, we have to kill it. It's like, that's your answer for everything, isn't it, humanity? Just kill it. Well, go ahead, make your decision. I'll clear off.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that, but it's the fact that his response to the situation that he made by dragging them all along there is, oh, well, I'll leave you all to it. Especially when we're talking about the fact that the Doctor has previously done everything he possibly can to keep humanity alive.
Yeah.
So it's
And look how
like...
far that's got him.
Nah.
I mean, it was like Raiden in the Mortal Kombat series. For the first X number of games, Raiden was very much, I am the Earth's protector. By the Mortal Kombat Armageddon stage, Raiden was pissed off. He's like, I've done all this shit for you, and you keep on fucking things up.
Yes.
Why the merry-metric shit should I continue? Why don't you just fuck off, break it by yourself, and don't come running to me? And the new Doctor's doing a lot like that. It's a case of, I'm sick of you peasants fucking this shit up, and I keep having to be the one who cleans it up. How about you make the fucking choice, you deal with the consequences, because I'm pissed off with it. And that's very much the aura I got. And so if this is their dark direction, A, it's not particularly dark. I think it's just the Doctor's lost patience with everyone.
Yes.
And B, he's even said at the start of the episode, yeah, I don't even know what kind of a man I am. And it could be just him finding himself.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the line in the very first or second episode when they were trying to explain the Doctor's and Clara's relationship. And she was like, I'm his carer. To which he turns around and says, yep, she cares, so I don't have to.
Yeah.
That pretty much to me sums up what this new Doctor is. He's not so much uncaring, and he will take the measures to make sure that everyone is okay in the end, but he's very much a Doctor where I don't care what you think, this is what needs to be done, and we'll fucking do it.
There is a crisis, and I will solve it in the most... efficient way possible.
Kinda.
Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
It's like, this is problem X, solution Y is here, but will
Yes.
you not figure that out, or am I going to have to bloody spoon feed you again? So I'm kind of liking this new direction, because it's very much a different take to the Tennant Matt Smith, oh, we're here to save the day because we're so fucking fantastically, woo, look at us, all shiny thing, distraction. Oh, look, moment of madness because hilarity! And so I'm liking it.
Well, that was definitely more Matt Smith than David Tennant.
Yeah, David Tennant was just bouncy and exuberant, but he could do pissed off, whereas Matt Smith was just like, I'm the Doctor, I'm amazing, oh, shiny!
Yes.
It's like, yes,
It was a little bit.
you
Yeah,
you look 12. You have the mental age of a 12-year-old.
Alex is wondering why his microphone isn't working,
because you were talking in the background.
and they turned you off.
Have you two finished muttering in the background now?
Yeah, they have.
I am back.
Yeah, they have.
I
Charming.
found the subject for the Tuesday.
But a lot
Docs
of people I know on Fur Affinity who are Whovians are expressing a lot of disdain for the most recent series.
Well, this is one thing I want to
I've
talk
got
about.
apathy. I haven't had an urge to watch it. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything by watching it.
Yeah, but this is what I want to talk about a bit. The critics have been raving about this being good, and they've done this on a fair few episodes. All of the fans who weighed
Yeah,
in,
these critics are like the ones who are sat there going, "We don't remember that another episode did this concept better." No, not at all. Like
The critics, we're not totally paid for these reviews.
Not at all,
Yeah.
yes.
Creature in the Dark episode, the one that was the Doctor by himself on the train with the creature inside every day,
Yes.
was much better than that one and had the same sort of theme going for it.
What annoys me is that the acting, for the most part, is really good.
Yeah.
The cinematography, really good. The editing, fairly well paced. The actual episodes themselves this season have been reasonably well paced as well. It's
The
just
scripts,
their
not so
scripts are
much.
so appalling, and the situations are so ludicrous.
Did you know Lizard Chick was married?
Oh, I had no idea. Tell me, is she married?
Yeah.
Who on earth?
But she is.
I hadn't a clue.
and it feels like he's trying to make everyone forget about the fact that he keeps putting in this overarching thing with heaven
Ah, yes.
whilst ramming it down your throat.
Or the promised land, or purgatory in
I
between.
think it turns out that when all the villains get there, they're all nasty to her, but then as they themselves start to redeem themselves, Nanny McPhee starts to look more and more youthful and pretty. I think that's the end game.
Ah.
I like
Well,
that.
if you remember, all the most recent Doctor Who's have had something in there. In the original, it was revealed it was Bad Wolf at the end. Then we had
Yeah, but
Torchwood.
that was well done.
Then we had Torchwood. Now we've got this kind of like afterlife type thing.
And then the random Greek letters, which
Yes.
didn't really amount to much.
What I'm sensing is that eventually you're going to have a waiter going, "Yes, this is the restaurant at the end of the universe."
It won't be, because we've already
I'll
gone
have
to
a
the end
panic
of the
like a
universe
donut.
twice, and different things have happened each time.
Yes.
That's because they keep going back to before the end of the universe and changing the course of history. Because, Doctor Who canon.
Yay!
It's one which they use to destroy continuity.
Yeah, pretty much.
But there's only 3 more episodes left before the Christmas special, isn't there? Because it's like 13 in the Christmas
and
special.
They've already got half a dozen guest people lined up for the Christmas special. Like
I
Nick Frost
want a
and
good
the
script.
Yes.
No, we
It's
need to know
Moffat
about the
in
Christmas
charge.
special is who's starring.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They need Russell T back. They need his madness in order to just bring the sort of the fun back in.
No, they need a decent writer. That's all they need. One that
He
will
was a
tell
decent
fucking
writer.
Moffat to piss off.
He was a decent writer. That's the thing. You had Russell T Davies for the fun, and then you had Moffat for the scares. So you had the perfect mix.
To a point.
I mean, I thought Bad Wolf was reasonably well engineered.
Yes.
And it's certainly been better engineered than some of Moffat's overarching storylines.
He's never been good at an overarching storyline.
No.
And Torchwood worked so well, it got its own spin-off.
And then what happened to it? It got killed off.
After 4 seasons. And the only reason it got killed off is because the last 2 seasons decided to adopt the 24 style of storytelling, which wasn't quite as engrossing as the episodic kind of overarching story one episode to the next type.
And also
story.
because the little digital clock beeps don't work as well when you replace them with a TARDIS noise. So it gets pretty annoying.
Yeah, that too.
But yes.
But Captain Jack's actor, whose name completely escapes me.
John Barrowman.
John Barrowman.
I can remember Barrowman. I can remember
Barrowman!
He has stated that if Moffat asked him to return, he would be more than happy to.
Awesome.
So
But on the other hand, he's still getting presents off the director of Arrow to keep him sweet. Like, here's the guy that plays Oliver Queen. Stripped.
yeah,
Oh, he's in Arrow, is he?
Yeah, he plays Merlin.
Ah.
But it's great because the guy that plays Oliver was actually chained in one of those scenes. And so Barrowman got to go up to him and he just went,
Anyway,
and
coming
started
back
touching him
onto
because he could.
back onto topic before we start going off into homoerotic tendencies.
bad touch.
Why is Hedgie staring away from homoerotic stuff?
This is a conversation you don't want to start, Alex.
Yeah, because this is not the time or the place.
Mostly because he's on camera.
Yes.
I was about to say, I'm secure in his sexuality, apparently.
So did anybody sort of? I mean, the episode was okay. Did anybody actually go, "Wow, I really enjoyed that"?
No.
Has anybody done that all this season?
I liked the
No.
one where they were in the massive bank. I actually liked that episode.
But
I
did
really
you go,
enjoyed
wow?
that. I kind of did. Yes, at the end it was like, that was a good episode.
In fact, DJ in Channel says they should have Russell T Davies to write the main overarching story because he could do that well, but Moffat
Aha.
can't. And then have Moffat do the ending because he could write an ending and Russell can't write an ending to save his life.
And then a guest episode from Neil Gaiman to break it up with a bit of wonderful surreality every so often.
Yeah, a nice Neil Gaiman episode would do well.
I
And then
wouldn't
it
let him
gets
write the whole
rewritten
thing,
because
though,
that's what
happens.
happens to Neil Gaiman.
Or what we could do is just let Doctor Who be 3 episodes long, but have each episode be 90 minutes.
Yes.
And only come out once every 2 years, or every 4 years.
And call it Sherlock. And the Doctor has a different name of Sherlock. And we get some guy. We call him
Yeah.
Watson.
We get this guy companion instead of a girl, because girl companions obviously aren't working out too well right now, are they?
No.
It's always a bit shit when there's a girl companion.
Oh wait, we could put a villain in there called Moriarty.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah,
good.
but we-
Yeah,
Yes.
that's an interesting name.
We've
what
got
we
to
could-
kill him off, though, and then bring him back somehow.
Yeah, we could kill him off and then have him come back magically somehow. And leave it on a cliffhanger. That'd be an amazing series. Somebody
Yes,
should write
it would.
that.
They should. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you
Trouble
would
is,
miss
the
it.
actors will be heading off to the Lord of the Rings film, so...
Oh, yeah,
yes,
The Hobbit.
yeah.
So, yeah, well, there's another wait then.
Yeah.
Never mind. It'll all be worth it in the end. I'm sure we'll get another series. And it'll-
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, chortle.
That's the really annoying thing, though, because Moffat and Gatiss can do Sherlock so well.
Yes.
Give him a new companion. This is
And yet they come to Doctor Who, and when they do Doctor Who, it's appalling.
He obviously can't do science fiction. He can obviously do crime fiction. He just can't do science fiction.
Well,
Well, it is a different genre entirely, really,
It is.
with crime fiction.
well, let's not forget, though, that Stephen Moffat was a massive Doctor Who fanboy back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So all we're getting is Doctor Who fan fiction that's now official. We're basically suffering the kind of official version
Of bad fanfic theatre.
No, I was going to say of 50 Shades of Grey, because that
The
started life,
movie of which is coming out soon.
exactly, 'cause that
Yes.
started life as a Twilight parody.
Yes, it did.
Oh, not parody, fan
Time
fiction.
Lord was doing the dance of the 7 veils.
Oh God. As long as we don't get a companion called William who happens to be his son, then we're okay.
Needs to happen.
Or his pretend companion, Wilson.
This is my son. This is William.
Just to do the castaway joke.
That was Welsh. That wasn't even Scottish.
No, that was nowhere near Scottish. In fact, you're so near from Scotland, you're going to be claiming your own independence.
Can't do the Scottish accent. That's how the hell am I getting in the Welsh when I'm trying to do Scottish? Bloody hell.
You need to go a bit more northern, Hedge.
Yeah.
Like another couple of 100 miles or so.
Think
Yeah.
less pasty, more deep fried Mars bar.
Have you ever eaten
picture
deep
it.
fried Mars bar? They're really tasty.
Oh yes, I deep fried my own.
God, why are they so nice?
Don't do it with a dime bar.
Okay.
Ow!
I'll keep
Yeah.
that in mind.
Do what?
Delicious shrapnel.
Yeah, delicious scalding hot shrapnel that sticks to your mouth.
Oh!
I don't understand how deep fried Mars bars work so well.
Uh,
Everything says they shouldn't.
have you had one then?
Yes.
Really?
It's delicious.
Oh my God.
It shouldn't be as good as it is.
How do you not burn yourself on the hot caramel?
Because it's cooler.
Ah.
You know, it's kind of flash fried.
Yeah,
So-
if it's done properly, the Mars bar should be coldish.
Yeah,
Ah.
it's coldish. It's warm, but not
Yes.
warm enough to melt.
Okay.
It's so nice.
Deep fried Mars
It's so like deliciously sweet, yet the batter makes it so deliciously not sweet, and but it's not bitter. It's the most bizarre taste sensation, but oh my God, it's gorgeous, and it shouldn't be. Everything points to it being gross.
So what was the shrapnel in order?
Dime bar.
Oh, dime
Dime
bar.
bar.
Yeah. Deep fried.
Hello, dime bar.
No?
Hello.
Hello? Oh, Harry Enfield.
But that takes us quite happily on to just gone the hour, so it is
Yes.
time to wrap this shite up, as they say. And so we leave you for another week, where we will come back in a week's time for episode 30, thus leaving
Dun, dun,
22
dun.
episodes after that.
Ooh.
So there's only 23 episodes of the season left.
Does the Christmas show count?
Yeah, actually, when is Christmas?
Same time it is every year, TK.
I mean, what day of the week, genius?
It's a Wednesday,
Hang
I think.
on.
Okay, so there's
No,
not
it's a calculator instead of
no
calendar.
Christmas
Where's
shows,
the
no New Year's shows because they're Wednesdays.
I
and
think
Thursdays.
it's a Wednesday. Yeah.
That's Thursday.
A Thursday.
Yeah,
Oh,
Christmas
okay.
Eve is Wednesday,
Ah.
and New Year's Eve. And so, yeah, so Monday the 22nd, Monday the 29th of December. So that'll be our kind of Christmas New Year's shows. We might do a special broadcast on Wednesday.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
know
the-
yet.
It's the 22nd and the 29th, so the Mondays. And
Okay.
The
So,
amount
yeah.
of calculation and working out was far too much, to be honest, for that.
I mean, are you working on New Year's Day, Pete?
No, I won't be.
No, not mine, because we're closed. So,
Yeah, that's pretty much the same reason for me.
potentially then,
I-
we could do a New Year's show.
yeah, I can be here. I can be here for the show before Christmas as well.
Planning needs to happen.
Because, you
methinks.
know, my family will ferry me if need be. Or I could stay the night and then get picked up on the following day, seeing as the buses won't be fucked at that point.
Well, it'll be Sunday bus times, won't it? Because it's Sunday bank holiday.
Yes.
Wasn't there one year where we actually had a Christmas Eve show?
Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we've even had a Christmas Day show once.
Was I here for that one?
Probably
no, I was here for a
not.
Christmas Eve one and a Boxing Day one. Because I'm the person who has the least life, so...
Saying nothing.
Anyway.
Well, on that note, it is a good night from the Xavier.
Good night, all.
A good night from the Hedgie.
Good night, everybody.
Good night from the Felix.
Good night.
Good night from the Angel Dark Song.
Good night.
And it's a good night for myself, TK. Good night. Thank you all very much for listening to this week's fun-filled shenanigans of TigerTails Radio. We'll be back next week for episode 30, but until then, it's night-night, everybody.
Night,
night.